Yo, what up, though? What up? We got people in the building already. Skull Mafia, what up with you?
What
Bob
it
Sweetie,
do?
my worthless opinion. We got people tapping in already. That's what I'm talking about. Did y'all boys see that TCU game
Matter
today?
of fact, let me put this in, man.
Oh man, how y'all doing today? Man, so how you feel about Shadura Sanders though?
You already know. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, good. Shadir
Yeah, we hear.
Sanders, man. I think what I seen today was I was like, that's our future quarterback right there. I said, yo, that's our quarterback that's playing right there. I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed. When I was seeing him play in Jackson State, I said, let me just not hype him up too much until he plays against better competition.
Right.
TCU, he dominated that defense. From the first quarter to the fourth quarter, he absolutely did anything he wanted to do. And I didn't know he had that much touch on his throw. I didn't know he was that accurate. With the pressure in his face, he still was making the pass, the touch pass. He threw that 40-yard bomb, getting hit. He was doing his thing, man. All game, he was doing his thing. I like what I seen. And it's between Bo Nix and Shadir Sanders. Those are my two quarterbacks right now for 2024.
Yeah, man, Shadura went crazy, bro. But I want to see Jordan Travis too, though. I like him a lot. That boy is
Yeah.
something nasty too. From Florida State. I don't know if y'all hip to him or not, but Shadur, man, if we had him here in Minnesota to go with JJ and Jot and TJ, imagine throwing them deep passes to JJ down the field. And the receivers
Oh my
on his
God.
team kept on dropping the ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, man. It made me feel like I ain't gonna lie. I was like, can we skip the 2024 NFL draft? That's what I was thinking. I said, yo, seeing this man throw those dimes there was 4 wide receivers with over 100 receiving yards.
Yeah, man.
Over
We got
100 receiving yards. Think about that.
dudes, D Woods are tapped in with us, Mike. We about to add D
Yo,
Woods
add
here.
D Woods in. Add D
Yeah.
Woods in.
What up, Purple and Gold for days? What up, Day? D Woods in the
D
building.
Woods in
What
the
it do? What it
building.
do?
What the deal, my boy?
Chilling like a villain.
Man, good. Glad to have you, bro.
That's a villain
You
right
know,
there. That's a villain.
it's
So
no
what up,
problem
D
for me to
Wood?
get on.
How you feel about that Shadura Sanders kid?
Hey, you know what though, Zoe? Real talk. Like, I think he did good. You called it like weeks ago, about a month ago.
You
So
my
I think he
guy.
did good. But I only got one problem. It's my only problem, and it ain't even Colorado. It ain't Dion. It ain't Sanders. Both Sanders. It ain't Hunter. Look, we gotta try not to get too high or too low
No,
on them winning one game.
Oh no,
You
I
I
feel
know
me?
know.
that.
I
No,
know.
I know y'all not, but I
That's
know it's a
me.
lot of
That's
people
me.
out
I ain't gonna
there.
lie. I'm hyped.
They
I'm hyped,
they
bro.
acting like Pat Beverly in the play-in tournament right now. You feel me? like like I
Right,
get it.
right.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like, y'all know how college football is.
I
It's
know.
Yeah.
I
ups and
know.
downs or whatever. They just let it play out and see what happens from there. I might change my stance on the whole situation,
Right.
depending on how it turned out. But shit got to play out first.
Oh no, you right. Facts. But shout out
Let's
to my
go.
boy Eric, man, from New Mexico. He tapping in with us.
What it do? Let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, he played good today. It's a long season.
Yeah.
But one thing he did show I like, he showed poise though. And
Yeah,
that
he
ain't gonna
did. He
and
didn't get
that ain't gonna
rattled.
change. Like the moment was never too big for him. Even when
Never.
TCU went down to score, he got the ball back and went down to score. Like he never got shook up through the whole game.
Right.
Even coming from an HBCU school to play a team like TCU who were just in a national championship game, he kept it posed though. I like that though. I'm like, damn, he got shit under control.
That's what a quarterback's supposed to be.
In fact, I like that. Like you said, I want to see the rest of the year though.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest of the year.
Actually, he might bum
Yeah.
out the rest of the fucking year. We don't know.
We don't know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like
I feel you.
if you so high on them
Yeah.
right now, they still got to play SC. They
I
still
know.
got to
Right,
play
right, right, right.
UCLA. They still got to play Oregon. Now, but the thing about it though,
Oh,
too,
Nick.
I just had a conversation with, with my little cousin. He big SC fan, and he like, okay, cool. If they come in there and they basically get a good game against SC, then we know what's up.
Hold on.
Then we
What's
know
up
what's
with this dude? AI Smith said, I like him, but he got to win 6 or more games. He ain't got to win 6 or more games to be a good quarterback. Like what? Like, did you see that defense and special teams? I'm surprised they won that game.
Yeah, that
Hey, you was right though. I saw your video all the way through. The tackling need to get better, man, for real. for real. But it's
Thank
the
you,
first
man.
game, though.
Thank you for watching my whole video, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I was impressed. I know it was only one game, but I was impressed with a good team like TCU. I was impressed with the throws that he made. The throws, the touch, the accuracy.
That
It's
deep
just
ball,
it was like, I just was like, and then look, D Woods, right? And Zoe. What I liked about him is when he was moving in the pocket, outside the pocket, he wasn't looking to scramble to get a first down. He was always looking downfield. That's why only knock that I have against him is he was like -35 for rushing. But that's because he took right. That's because he was just looking down the field. But I like that though. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people when they think of dual threat, they're always thinking most of the time they think of Lamar Jackson. That's a rarity. That's Michael Vick. Like there's no quarterbacks like that. He's a true dual threat, but he's not looking to run for the first down. He's looking to pass. I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hey, how about he just play good one more game and then he played bad the rest of the games? So, like Zoe said, the Vikings can draft him with the 27th pick in the draft in the first round, so we ain't got to trade up to get him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'll shoot. Yeah,
no,
he's right.
He said Yogi wearing a visible suit. No, we holding Yogi hostage until the Minnesota Vikings give us that damn Super Bowl ring. So tell KOC we need a ring for Yogi. So
Yeah,
no, but Yogi on vacation right now though.
Yeah, shout out to Yogi. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to y'all vibing with us. I appreciate y'all. And I want to talk about this TJ Hockenson deal because Zoe, I'm calling you out because you're the first person that said I want to trade TJ Hockenson. So how do you feel about this contract that he just got? Are you like, damn, we should have still traded him, or you're like, are you okay with it? Are you okay with the contract?
I'm okay with the contract, but we still could trade his ass though. Hey, he got a contract now, but no, for real though. Like I like the contract. TJ is the top 5 tight end, but now
top 3.
Yeah, top 3, top. You know, however you want to do
top
the
5
numbers. But
who better than him? Hold on. D West, who better than him?
So you
Kelsey.
got Kelsey. You got dude in San Fran.
Darren Waller.
No, he get injured too hurt.
Yeah, but when he healthy though, he the man.
Yeah, and I like that one tight end playing in Dallas too, who played.
Come on, man.
Shit,
he ain't better than TJ.
No, I'm just saying though, it don't matter how you do it though. He a top tight end though.
Yeah,
but by don't signing TJ, it's showing me Kirk Cousins will not get a deal next year. Cause for real though, cause you about to sign JJ. So
they better sign JJ.
Darisaw next year,
huh?
Darisaw next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how can you pay a quarterback $30 million?
Well, they have to get a rookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why a rookie and TJ and the tight end is a rookie best friend for real. So I'm not mad about it. I just said I thought they were gonna trade him because of the money situation. But I'm happy they did. But
how do you feel, D Woods?
I feel it's a good deal. I wouldn't say it is sort of team friendly. Like I ain't really trying to get too deep into the numbers because I feel like that's just an agent thing of being the highest paid. I think he only like the highest paid, tight end of like $100,000. Like that ain't even much. That's just so you can have it, But I like the deal. Like, I'm gonna piggyback on what Zoe said too. It kind of feels like Kirk Cousins ain't gonna be here next year, but it also shows that they're trying to win too. They're trying to build a team now so they can have somebody else come in here, take the reins and do what it do. So I'm happy with it. JJ next, get it done. I hope we get JJ probably this week, or right before the season start. Like get it done, call it a day. Let's go win some games.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sarah. Sarah just tapped in the building. She likes Sanders too. Yeah, man. Sanders.
So do you think that JJ deal will get done before the season?
I think so.
You think
I
so?
think so. I think it was better to let TJ get his deal first, so that way they can have a whole week with everybody talking about TJ. But when JJ break the bank,
Woo,
he gonna break the bank.
woo.
And I still think he waiting on Bosa a little bit, but Bosa going back. He going to camp right now. So I mean, not camp, but he said he gonna play week 1. So
Right.
I want to see the JJ news. Just go ahead and break the bank. I
Yeah,
would
break
rather
the
them
bank
do it this
man
year than
well.
next year.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Get it out
Got
the way.
to.
Get it
Yeah, I
done.
don't know if they waiting on. You got to get JJ that what 35, 33 mil a year.
Hey, just go on and do it now, like, because the cap gonna keep going up. Like that's the
Right.
thing about it. Like the cap gonna keep going up and keep going up because like contracts that are like made like right now, they don't look as bad like 2 years, down the road. Like look at Kelsey. Well, Kelsey was like highest paid back in the day, like when he signed his contract. But now, shit, his contract is ain't nothing on the books.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That's true. That's true.
yeah, man. How y'all feel about the Minnesota Vikings, bro, keeping Andrew Booth Jr. on the team though? For real,
You got to develop the boy, man. You got to.
I'm gonna say this, like Andrew Booth, I really don't got no comments on him. I'm gonna try to be nice, right? When it comes to Andrew Booth. Lewis Cine, on the other hand, I'm cheering for Lewis Cine because of that injury. That injury was crazy, and I still see potential in him. He just needs to stop trying to tackle with his head. But other than that, I do see his potential. You know what I mean? I think that he's going to get more opportunity because he was a first-round pick. And same with Booth. He's going to get the opportunity because he was a second-round pick. They don't want to give up on that too quick. But we cheer for him because we need him to ball out. We wait. I don't want to say we wasted. We drafted him in the first and second round, so we kind of almost need them to do something. Give us something, not just on special teams. I don't want them to just do on special teams. I need them to actually play some,
It's how I feel about it though. Like we all agree that Donatel sucked last year, right?
backs.
Donatel had a bad system for these players, right? Like he was the kind of like old school coach of basically saying like, my system works for all. I'm gonna mold you into the way of working into my system. So when it comes to like Andrew Booth, Brian Asamoah, Lewis Cine or whatever, like I'm gonna give them this year to kind of see what they're gonna do. Like I feel like cornerback in the NFL is a whole lot different than playing in college. Like y'all remember when Xavier Rose came to the league, like he was a big this dude got penalized every time he got on the field. Every time he got on the field. And so was, what's the other dude on the other side? Trey Waynes. So was Trey Waynes when he came in too, So I'll just say, like, with corners, you gotta develop it in the background and wait and see. I believe in him. It's just his health with me. Booth can't stay healthy. Like that's just the thing about it.
Yeah, that I was thinking. Like, if you look at the Minnesota depth chart at CB, bro, they really thin. Like after Brian Murphy,
Mekhi Blackman.
Who?
That's a rookie, Mekhi.
That was a rookie. Then you got injury ass Andrew Booth. Then
Caleb Evans.
Yeah, he get injured too.
Yeah, I'm afraid when he tackles, he's gonna get a concussion. Like,
yeah.
So I'm like,
we need. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get some defensive player, like either a defensive tackle or a okay corner, a veteran corner that can do something. Because I think we're missing like a couple pieces on defense still, like a corner and like a defensive tackle. And then I think.
What you about think what?
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, I made a video. I said they need to go get my man from New Orleans. They just cut him, and he was the first round pick for the Denver Broncos. I can't think of his name. Who?
Roby?
Yeah, Roby. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know he's 31 and shit, but we ain't got no depth for real.
Yeah, I agree.
How old is Harrison Smith? Harrison Smith's our safety. How old is he? He's still, you know what I mean? 30s. He can still ball. I don't care about the age. As long as they can ball, this is a 1 year thing because we want this team's going to look totally different next season.
It should.
We don't, as it should. Like we're not. Our quarterback is most likely going to be changed, and Brian Flores, unfortunately, is going to be gone. I think, depending on how good the defense does, the defense is going to look different, and yeah, it's going to look different. So
I just say, like with the corners though, like let's just give it maybe like 2 weeks. Because it's a thing too that I've been hearing around the league though. Like with contracts though, Rise, if you sign somebody after after week 1, then that contract's not guaranteed. So you can basically bring somebody off the streets, put him on your team, see if he can actually play, and not have him have a guaranteed contract for the whole season. So they could be waiting on that to kind of bring somebody in. And also, just like somebody's had in the comments right now, basically saying they got 3 safeties. Some of those safeties is hybrid linebackers, hybrid cornerbacks. So I think I think we gotta wait and see how Flores gonna deploy this defense in the first couple of weeks and see if we actually really need it. Because what if these cornerbacks ain't even coming out there, but they rotating safeties in and out? We never know yet. So
yeah, we don't know what's going to look like.
Yeah, we don't know because we can't really rate that on the preseason because everything was vanilla.
Yeah.
Everything was vanilla. Like
I'll tell you one thing. You know what I'm very concerned about, and you already know, Zoe.
That
old line. That old line, man. I gotta go back to it, y'all, because I look at it like this. We are really going to start this season, and I'm keeping it real. I know he was a rookie. Ed Ingram, he's the biggest, weakest link, in my opinion, on this offensive line. And I know he was a rookie, but he led the whole NFL in allowed sacks. So the quarterback that we have isn't a dual threat quarterback. He doesn't buy time. He's a pocket quarterback. And I'm just stuck on the fact that we didn't make no moves. What's the lineman we just signed? He was a tackle. He was a offensive tackle. What's his name? David.
David, he on the practice squad though, right?
I don't think he's on the practice squad.
I think one of them I think the dude from the Bengals, I think his name is Jedediah. He went to the practice squad, but I think the other cat, Queensberry or something like that, I think he went to the team. Yeah. He went straight to the team. I think that's just, I don't think them is starters though. I think them is just O-line depth in general, just in case somebody, get hurt or whatever. Like it ain't no starters. Where you gonna get a starter from right now?
Can he play guard,
Yogi, man? Yogi done tapped in with us.
Yogi, what's up with it, Paul? Can he play guard a little bit or no? He's just a tackle.
I don't know nothing about these guys, man.
I'm trying to think because
man, you ain't get nobody right now to go beat no damn guard. Unless you trade for somebody.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way.
Yeah, Minnesota tripping with that shit, man. They O-line ain't shit for real.
I just think they feel like this though, like when you got young players or whatever, you kind of don't want to bring in certain kind of veterans that's going to just take that spot. Like you kind of want to bring veterans that's going to push these young guys to actually say, nah, this is my spot and make them play better. Like with Ingram, I understand like he was probably one of the worst guards of all of football last year. But at the end of the season, he played a little bit better. I mean, to me, as long as he ain't stepping on Kirk Cousins' feet, and Kirk falling down, sacking the quarterback or whatever. But I'm just like, I'll just say like we're gonna have to wait. It's gonna be a wait and see approach because I really think though if they really felt the O-line was that bad, they would have did something about it.
It's that bad.
Do you trust them? Do you trust that statement you just said?
Yeah, I do because I feel like if they feel like it was that bad, they would address it. Like think about it, the Adam Thielen situation, right? Like Adam Thielen was okay last year, but he wasn't really the number 2 receiver. They addressed that the first pick in the draft. Like we need somebody that's going to stretch the field and make everybody else better. They could have traded that pick and got a couple of more picks and drafted some linemen or whatever. But then you're going to be in the same boat with Ingram. So you're going to put another rookie on the O-line right now. Like the best thing with O-lines is count. So they got to wait and see. They got to wait and see.
Wait and see approach. The wait and see approach. I'm tired of waiting and seeing because I want to win a freaking Super Bowl. I'm tired of waiting and seeing, looking at Kirk Cousins on his behind all season long.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. Like we all know, like how much more time do they need to get better? That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know that was his rookie season. Ezra Cleveland don't got no excuse. Bradbury don't
out of here. He out of here.
So like how much time, like how many games this season are we going to let them have until we're like, yo, we gotta make a trade?
After week 2?
Yeah.
They gonna get their ass beat. They gonna get their ass beat on the O-line. I ain't gonna lie, they gonna put belts to ass when they play them.
But you gotta understand though, too, though, like play calling, is a part of it too. Like if Kirk can actually get that ball out a little faster, but maybe KLC shouldn't be calling long developing plays down the field every down to where Kirk got to stand back there and basically look downfield, do some quick game or whatever, run the ball more efficiently. That can get an O-line a little bit more confidence.
That's definitely a fact.
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, play calling wasn't questionable last year for real. But
what happened to the? Oh, go ahead, bro.
I ain't about to say shit for real.
What happened to the screen? What happened to the screen game? Like last season, we did not do any screens, and then when we did do a screen, it was a tight end screen, lost for 5 yards. Like, what happened to the screen game? Because I remember when Dalvin Cook was really doing his thing.
Trust.
That screen, oh my gosh, Dalvin Cook in the screens.
Tony Bell, what up?
It's trust, man. Like everybody got to be in the right spot on screen plays. If one person mess up, it's blow.
Hell yeah. And we seen that shit a lot last year.
I know it was bad. The tight end screens were the worst. I'm like, we need to stop doing that.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's play calling. Like, why are you doing the screen with the tight ends, man? Like, come on, man.
You ain't bullshit.
Do a screen with the wide receiver. Like if you're gonna do a screen with any other player besides the running back, use the wide receivers. But you using the tight end, TJ Hawkinson losing 6 yards. It's just
exactly.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Shout out to Tony Bell and Dave. You just chap in with us.
What it do? Because the screen game helps the team, like the offensive line, because if they can't block, that opens it up with the blitz. Because if the defensive line is, like, say we go against the Eagles, they're very aggressive and they blitz and all that. That can beat the blitz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that opens up the game for everything else.
Yeah.
For the run game, for the play action, it opens the game for everything.
Screen pass is an extension of the run game, basically.
Right.
It's just an extension of the run game, So
there you go. I put us on your profile.
Let me do my camera real quick right back.
Hey Zoe, are you confident in the run game? You confident we're gonna run the ball like at least average this?
Hell no, man. No running backs. Hell, man. I don't know. Madison's straight though, but I don't know, man. I don't know for real. That offensive line, man, ain't shit, man. For real. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know what D Wood talking about. Shit, they seen the same shit I seen last year. That offensive line can't block no top.
Nah, he was a rookie though. That's what everybody said. He was a rookie.
Shit,
so
he look. Shit, he lost. He got beat against a second string defense. Like what? Like,
yeah.
I don't know why they bringing no old line help. Like they should have signed somebody in free agency. While you trying to sign? What my man name we got from New Orleans? The D tackle, DN, Cameron, some shit.
What's his name? What the heck?
What that D line we got from New Orleans?
Is it Davenport?
Yeah, Davenport.
Davenport.
We should have signed the old lineman before we signed Davenport for real. Hold on, Tony Bell right here. I'm about to put Tony Bell in.
My boy Tony. But like that's the thing. Like, what's up, Tony?
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What it do? That's the thing. Like, we have to be able to run the ball somewhat good, because if we can't pass block, we have to be able to run the ball, especially that opens it up with the play action. And I hope Alexander Madison is running back number 1. I hope he can do it. Ty Chandler, I hope they can do it because
if you
put all the pressure on Kirk, that's not going to be. I don't think.
Hell no, that ain't gonna fare well.
It's not gonna work. And like I said before, a running game helps your passing game.
That's what's up.
Right.
If a running game actually helps play action passing, a running game opens up the screen passes. You got to be able to run the ball. Which actually, running the ball, most offensive linemen that I've ever worked with and had teammates and played against, they love running the ball. They want to run the ball. You're better. This is with anybody. You're better moving forward than backwards.
Right. How do you feel about the what's his name? What's the running back we got from Miami?
Miles Gaskin.
How do you feel about him being a running back 3, or do you like him at all? Or
he's a running back. He didn't set the world on fire when he was with Miami, so he's a body. Only thing that tells me is Kenny's injury is worse than they're letting on.
Right.
And you see they let McBride go, but they brought him back to practice squad.
I like McBride. I wish they would have,
And Tyson Chandler is kind of Myles Gaskin. So I don't know why you went out and got basically another Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, Gaskin got hands, man. Like he made some good catches. Like the one year, I think it was 2021. He had over like 300, 400 yards receiving.
But Mike, like you said, KLC's got to open up that playbook, and he's got to start using screen passes and passing to his running back.
I know, like that's Dalvin. That's why I'm going to miss Dalvin. I hope Madison has that burst that we haven't seen.
Dalvin might be back at the end of the season, though.
Well, here's Dalvin. Dalvin left on bad terms because Dalvin was promised to be part of the passing game, and he was never part of the passing game. You know, so it's kind of like,
why not? Why wasn't he? Like
it was. I'm just gonna.
He's not the groove that he was ever.
Oh yes, I'm just gonna put it out there.
KLC, that's it.
KLC, we got sold a bill of goods. KLC has never called an offense in his life until he got to Minnesota, and you see he had to get the head coaching job for that. Right. Okay. So he never called the play. Those plays you saw in LA with the Rams, that was all McVay.
Yeah.
It basically what O'Connell was in the booth was somebody that was like a spy, basically telling the defensive linemen, and you've got this available to you, you've got that available to you. So he never called the plays. That was all on McVay. So last year was his first year calling plays. And I got on him about this. This is one of the things I get on him about. When you're a head coach, you need to give up them play calling abilities on both sides of the ball to somebody that you trust and coach the whole damn team. Put your input in there. Talk to your offensive coordinator. Let's do this. Let's do that. But don't call the plays.
Yeah, my biggest thing with Kevin that I didn't like his first year was putting his foot down. I understand that it's your first year being a coach, but when it came to that defense and you just seeing it just fold week after week after week and didn't really make you was talking a big game, but you wasn't about what you was talking about.
And this is where I get on O'Connell for being soft. This is where I get, first of all, you had Ed Donatel up there putting this damn defense together that he was not your choice in the first place. You just kind of got stuck with him.
Yep.
But he's putting together this defense. First of all, you put together a defense that's a 3-4, but you don't have 3-4. You don't have 3-4 personnel. Yep. You got 4-3 personnel. So you're going to put this defense out there that doesn't work for anybody. These guys are playing a brand new defense. And second of all, the whole thing was, Donatel just was soft. Soft. He didn't. I mean, yeah, we got pressure on the quarterback, whoop-de-doo, but we gave up a lot of damn yards and a lot of damn
yards.
It was too predictable.
Especially late in the game.
Yeah.
Now, my problem with O'Connell was you jumped out of the gate, jumping out to 14-0 leads early on, and then you disappeared for 2 quarters.
That's play calling, man.
And that's play calling. He got too conservative.
Because when you go into the game, like you have that whole week to run your scripted plays. And basically at the end of the day, he running his scripted plays. Second quarter, he done ran out. So
and that's on him. Here's the thing. You've got to, once you've got a team down 14-0, no matter who it is, whether it be the top team or the worst team, you keep your foot on the pedal.
Yeah.
You don't give up. You know, and that plays a lot into the psyche of the team.
Mentality, right?
Yes, but you're giving up points, and on defense, they're just letting teams just move up and down the field like there's no tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, that's why I turned off a lot of the games last year. I got sick of looking at that damn defense.
Correct me if I'm wrong. What was the defense for the Rams? Was it a 3-4?
It was a 3-4. It was a 3-4, but they got Aaron Donald.
But they got guys for that.
They got guys for
that. They got guys for that.
We tried to do the same thing here, but
and that
we didn't have the players to match that.
And that goes back to who they hired or who they wanted to hire before KOC. If they had hired Harbaugh, they would have had Vic Fangio.
I think so too.
They would have had Fangio, but they didn't, so they got a disciple of Fangio. They got a knockoff, a cheap knockoff, a really bad knockoff, a terrible knockoff.
And the thing about
Vic Fangio.
With Fangio, y'all know Fangio was like defensive, I'm not gonna say guru, but defensive consultant for the Eagles last year. So he was available.
Yeah. Well, and here's another thing too. Donatel was not even going to coach last year. He was going to Seattle to be like a consultant for Pete Carroll, and then he was going to retire.
He already had one foot out the door.
He had one foot out the door, and then all of a sudden he was named defensive coordinator. We hadn't even picked a head coach yet.
He was like, I'll take that check. I'll take that check. I'm going to get fired next year anyway, so I'll take that check.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make the whole hiring process was a rush job. Didn't make sense, but
y'all do know Myles Gaskins is a Flores guy too, right?
Yeah, he played under
Miami.
Flores. Yeah,
I'm
We need to
thinking
get
now.
someone else.
I'm thinking my boy Brian Flores got some pull already, man.
Now here's where you're going to see a different dynamic this year with the team. Brian Flores is not soft.
No.
Oh, hell.
Brian Flores is going to have that defense flying around.
Right.
And Brian Flores is going to expect that offense to do the same damn thing. And the first time they don't,
That's a
Brian
good point.
Flores is going to get he's going to get in KOC's rear end. And I'm being nice. He's going to get in his rear end to tell him, I'm not helping out your offense unless you give me some help too. Which means when you get that, if I give that ball to you on a turnover, you better get me some points.
How you think KOC gonna take that?
He ain't got no choice but to deal with it.
I don't
Yo.
know.
He ain't got no.
Kinda-
First of all, if you're the head coach and you're as soft as KLC, and I'm not taking that, I'm not ripping him for that. But the man is soft. Okay,
Let's call it players coach.
he ain't even a players coach because I know players that can play for him either. He's
I
too
like
damn
the-
soft.
Two
I like
head
that
coaches,
one
yeah. I
comment.
mean, that's happened before with the Vikings. Like, there's been times when the Vikings name a assistant head coach, a couple of times. I think Bieniemy was one back in the day. I think so.
Bieniemy was Bieniemy was a
Bieniemy
running
was
backs
one back in
coach.
the- yeah,
he
running back
didn't get along with Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
Who?
Bieniemy,
Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy.
Oh yeah. I remember they had a little shit going on.
Yeah, they was at each other's throats. There were you're gonna have players that don't like coaches, but I mean, as a head coach, and I kind of see where the Wilfs were going with this. They wanted to prove that
Thank you.
the Zimmer regime was the problem. They wanted something to put to they wanted to blame somebody for all the problems that they had the last 2 years before last year. So them winning 13 games last year, Viking ownership could say, see, it wasn't on us. It was on Zimmer. Can't do that this year. This is okay. This is KOC's team. So if it goes south,
It's on KOC.
it's on KOC. They're going to have to answer. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is this team, once they get a lead, you got to show that killer instinct.
Yeah.
You got to show it. Now, this is where I'm gonna screw with Zoe on this one since Zoe don't know history. This is one thing, and this is why I got ticked off at the Vikings last year. For somebody, I watched the Purple People Eaters. All you had to do was give that defense any kind of lead, whether it be 3 points, 7 points, 10 points. They weren't giving it up. Matter of fact, they beat you down some more just to prove it. But once they got a lead, they held on to it.
They held it on.
With this defense you have now, the defense, we don't know what it's going to do under Flores. It could be back to that. We don't know.
Tonga.
Dude, you keep saying his man's name. I ain't seen him. I seen him play
I don't know
last year.
shit. I don't know shit about him.
I seen him play last year.
Number 95.
He
Number
did look
95, Tonga. Watch what he does.
Hey,
He
real
looked
talk.
pretty good.
You talking about a
Nobody
guy that
looked
got cut? You talking about a guy that got cut last year from the Bears?
Oh, he got cut. Oh, he from the Bears?
It
Yeah,
don't
he's from the
matter.
Bears.
He
He's
got
from the
cut
Bears.
last year from the Bears. Hey, though, Mike. Real talk. First round pick next year is going to be defensive lineman next year, straight up.
No, fuck
'Cause
no.
We
Quarterback.
need somebody
Quarterback.
nasty in the
Quarterback.
trenches.
Okay. This is where I'm going to slow all y'all down. And I know you don't want to hear this.
We not getting Kirk no contract.
Stop it. Stop.
You ain't doing that tonight.
He trying to stir it up already. We was all cool and everything.
Yeah.
I ain't stirring up nothing, but when y'all hear that he got an extension, I don't want to hear nothing out of y'all talking about, I can't believe they did it. You was told.
Okay,
I
real
told
talk,
you.
though, Tony. What would that extension look like?
He's probably get another 2 years.
For how
No.
much?
Well, here's the thing. You got to pay JJ. You're going to have to pay
Right.
Darisaw. They're going to be kicking money down the road, as they've been doing for the last so many years. So what'll probably happen is he's going to have some money that's going to be still on the books, but he won't be with the team.
Yeah,
So they
Kirk
rather bring him back
nah.
on an extension and
how
actually
old is
get him
Kirk
out of him
Cousins?
for one more season.
Well, he's 30. He'll be 30.
35.
He'll be 36 coming out.
Yeah, he
Oh,
like
35.
35 or 36, one of the
like
two.
Kirk. Oh no, man, it's time to turn that. page.
But here's the thing, though. When you've got ownership, and this is why Mark Wilf came out and said a few weeks ago that the call on thanks a lot, Dylan. The call on Kirk Cousins is up to Kwesi and KOC.
Is it really?
A no call completely up to KOC, especially Kwesi. Kwesi doesn't have that kind of pull. But with this one, the Wilfs are washing their hands of it just in case something happens and it goes south or it blows up. So if they decide to move on, they better have somebody that they know can step right in and play that quarterback position.
I got a
Shadarius
guy.
Sanders.
I got a guy, and I'm
Sanders.
gonna just give y'all a sneak peek of my next episode because y'all fan. I'm gonna tell y'all who I feel is gonna be if Kirk Cousins ain't gonna be. It's gonna be the backup quarterback over there in Baltimore, Brett Hundley. Watch.
Hell no.
No, no,
Watch.
no,
Watch.
no,
He cheap.
no.
Cheap.
So is
He
Matt.
can't go.
Okay. Guess what? So is Matt Corral.
And they ain't gonna get him.
He ain't got no job right now though.
Corral's
Yeah,
out of a
he
job.
New England got him.
Oh, New England did pick him up.
New
Yeah,
England
New England
picked
did
him
pick him up.
They gonna cut him. They don't.
If you're gonna do anything, and this is where we'll see what kind of pull Kwesi has, but we don't have the collateral to be given up a lot for a player. For offensive linemen or for a quarterback or whatever, we don't have the money. We don't have the draft. We don't really have the draft collateral either. So you look for a veteran that what's his name could work with, that KOC could work with.
Who would you have, Tony?
As a veteran?
Yeah, who would you bring in?
Oh, there's nobody else. There's nobody out there. There's nobody out there really because first of all, I don't really know what type of offense KOC is running.
We don't know either.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't know. So it's kind of like you're shooting it. You're shooting in the dark.
So who's the potential quarterbacks that could get cut at the end of the season? Jared Goff, maybe.
If your name's not Mahomes,
everybody else,
or Hurts,
or Joe,
or Burrow,
Hey,
you're going to be out of a job. You could be out of a job.
Look, though, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
You said the Minnesota Vikings don't have no draft capital to move up in the NFL draft.
They don't really.
How we don't? We got all our picks for the past.
Yeah, but it also depends on where we finish this year.
But let me ask you this though: Kansas City was at pick number 27, and they moved up to number 10 to get Patrick Mahomes.
That's different because
different.
They had Andy Reid. Who identified the quarterback early. We did that too. If you think about it, like back when
we did it with Ponder. We did it with Ponder.
No,
we did it with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, we did it with Teddy Bridgewater.
We traded back up from the second round to get the last pick of the first round to get Teddy,
which was
we don't have a guy on this team that can identify a quarterback. So
that's what KLC here for.
I mean,
that's what KLC is.
We just got to talk about his play calling is bad.
Okay, KOC when he took this job, he said he only wanted to coach. That much I got. He said he just wanted to coach. So
you said what?
He just wanted to coach. He didn't want help, and
he didn't want to as a quarterback. That's what he needed to do.
So he didn't want. So he don't want to help find us a quarterback.
He'll take whoever. That's why he didn't. That's why he wasn't bitching because Ryan Pace was going to get rid of Kirk. He was going to blow up the whole team. But Viking ownership wanted the next owner to say that you're going to keep Kirk. We're going to make it work with Kirk. And KOC took the job. Why do you think Harbaugh had a hang up? And what was that hang up? He wasn't committed to Kirk.
But damn, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's not that damn hard to see who is a good quarterback in the first round.
It is when you're trying to sell tickets, and
it is when you're trying to sell tickets, and then you got to
keep you 500.
You got to have them adapt to the pro game. I mean, we've seen how many quarterbacks have we seen that are just like lights out in college, but they get to the NFL and them brothers just can't get it together.
Right.
That's true.
You
But
know,
we still
it's like-
gotta strike out
You
once in a
still
while.
gotta get
We
a-
still
you
have
you still have to try. You
Yeah.
still
Right.
have to try.
Search
Justin
your-
Justin is
You missed
74.
100%
You
of the
still
shots
have
you
to
don't
try.
take.
Yeah.
So look though, Tony, let me ask you this though. So what pick would Minnesota be? Let's say what pick would Minnesota this year? 23?
Yeah. What he went 13?
23.
Yeah, they were 23.
So let's say Minnesota be 23 again. You don't think they could be able to move up to like number 12 or some shit like that?
You don't have the collateral.
They're
What about like
They're
15?
gonna want, they might want depending on who the Vikings see at 15
And the
They're
team
gonna-
you're trading with.
and the team you're trading with, they're gonna have to identify that quarterback and be done with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Adapt your offense to the QB. Yeah, that's true. You do.
Yeah,
Just
To
like
a point. But here's the thing: if your QB is garbage,
The offense is garbage.
your offense is going to be garbage.
yeah, facts.
You know, so yeah, depending on who the quarterback is, adapt your offense. So, but if this year, depending on honestly, I got the Vikings.
Skull Mafia.
I got the Vikings at probably 7-10.
Damn.
Damn.
I don't see them, and I say that because they ain't gonna win games like they did last year. Matter of fact, they'll probably lose.
Yeah, luck. Yeah, that was luck last year. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
That was
Yeah,
luck.
I
ain't
can
gonna
say
lie.
about I give them about. So you don't think they're gonna win a division?
Anybody can win this division. What are you talking about?
But not at 7 and
Yeah,
10.
7-10. Nah, you ain't winning that with 7-10.
Somebody won their division last year at 8-9.
It ain't
That's like
7-10.
7-10.
Yeah, they ain't 7 and 10.
There's like anything 7 to 9 wins probably win you the division.
I say
Because
9.
It's a bad-
I say 8. I say 10 to 11.
The Lions will at least get
You got a bunch of upsets in there. Then
Yeah.
you've got a couple of upsets in there.
Man,
Is,
put that schedule. Damn.
is Kansas City one of them?
No, we losing. That
Hang
game.
on. I got the schedule right here. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's run through that schedule.
Okay.
Let's run through the schedule.
Okay. First week, Tampa Bay.
A
Dub.
W.
Tampa Bay is a
Everybody
W.
put dubs in the chat for each team.
Put a W.
Week. For each week, put a dub or an L.
For the first game, Tampa Bay W.
I got a dub. What's the chat saying? Zoe? Chat saying for the first week.
You can't see it.
I can't even. My thing be.
I can see it. I
Oh,
You
I haven't
gotta
seen
go
it.
to your thing. Go to your comment. Hit
Here
you got your
comments.
shit on private, bro.
Yeah, put it on comments. Dylan says W. Rory says W. Everybody says
Okay.
yeah. Everybody says W. Okay, that's Tampa Bay. The next week we're in Philadelphia.
A loss.
L
Loss.
on a short week, Thursday night, national TV.
That's a dub for me. That's a
That's
dub.
your ass. That's your ass.
It's a dub. I'm not. See, being from Pennsylvania, I can't go with that.
But
I
you
don't
gotta
care.
keep it. You gotta keep it real
I
though,
mean,
bro.
I ain't keeping it real with this one. I ain't keeping it real.
Okay,
we
that's
getting that
okay.
dub.
Real.
We keeping it. We getting this dub. I can't do it.
But look
Can't
though,
do it.
no matter how bad the ass whooping is, it's only one L. That's
Yeah.
it.
I
So
got
if
that.
it's an ass whip- What's the score? If it's an ass whipping zone, what's the score, bro?
Man, I'm gonna say 35,
I'm gonna say-
17.
I'm gonna say 31-14.
I said 35-17. We're on the same boat. Shit.
Yeah,
It's
31-14.
gonna be. It's gonna be 28-21 Vikings.
I'd love for that to
28-21.
happen.
Okay,
Let's go.
anything's
Like
possible.
Paul Mafia says, shock the NFL week 2. Yes,
Yeah,
let's
you
go.
never know.
Baby.
You never
Let's
know.
go.
Jalen Hurts and the whole defense might not play that game. Who next?
Brian Flores is gonna change he changed the coach on the defense. It's gonna be crazy this season, man.
Bro,
I'm
they
looking
could.
forward to it.
Okay, so Philadelphia could put their third and fourth string defensive line out there, and they would still beat up on Bradbury, Ingram, and Cleveland.
You ain't lying.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous about that Eagles defense.
They-
That defensive
Yeah.
line. I ain't
They
gonna
said
lie.
Jalen
man.
Carter like a baby AD.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I see some highlights of Bull. I said he could have went first overall. They were saying if it wasn't for the
Hell
off the
yeah.
field stuff, he would have
So-
went number one.
So I've got him. I got him at 1-1. Zoe, you got 1-1.
Yeah.
Mike, you got 2-0.
Oh yeah, they lost both coaches, right?
Yeah, they lost both coaches, but they still got the personnel.
They don't mean shit. They
Still got the
Jalen Hurts.
personnel.
They still got
They gotta post
Jalen
them
Hurts
up.
and they got Jalen Carter now.
Yep, they still got the personnel, so they ain't gonna.
They do got Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
man. You ain't lying.
Next game is at home against the Chargers.
That's a W.
Hold on. Let me think. Hold on. Hold
That's
on.
a W. The defense
Who's
would
the,
get
who's the quarterback again for the Chargers? Who's the quarterback?
Justin Herbert.
Bum ass.
Herbert. Justin Herbert.
Herbert a bum.
That's a dub. That's a dub.
The
That's a
defense
dub.
get
That's
2
a dub.
interceptions.
So where you get Herbert's a bum?
Where you get him out a bum?
He is not a bum.
He a bum.
Is he
What
better than
had
Kirk Cousins?
What happened?
Yeah. I take him in a heartbeat.
Only reason you would take him because he way younger.
No, I would take him because he's got better. He's just like Kirk Cousins, just younger, and he's
That's
actually a little mobile.
That's what I'm saying. But
I like
he ain't
Smith.
shit.
Thank you. We beating that. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Justin Herbert with those 2 interceptions that game.
Okay,
Oh, you in the
so
building, bro.
you got 2-1. Mike has got 3-0.
What you got?
I got 2-1. Vikings win on a late field goal.
Okay.
Next week they're in Carolina.
A W.
That's a dub. They got a rookie quarterback. We going against Adam Thielen. Dub. We ain't losing to Adam Thielen.
They ain't got no wide receivers.
We ain't losing to Adam Thielen. Ain't
And
no
a
way.
rookie quarterback. Who
And a
ain't
rookie
shit.
quarterback. Dub.
Who's their quarterback? Who's their quarterback again? CJ Stroud?
TJ
Not Stroud.
Ohio State quarterback. They ain't
What's
shit
the
in
ball?
the NFL.
Nah.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
on. Who's
Okay.
the quarterback?
CJ Stroud from Ohio State, man.
That's
He
a dub.
Wait, who's quarterbacking in Houston?
Alabama quarterback.
Okay.
Bryce
So they
Young.
got the Ohio State quarterback.
The Ohio State quarterbacks ain't shit in the league.
No, wait, Bryce Young is in Carolina. Bryce Young is in Carolina.
He ain't shit anyway. I don't care. Alabama quarterbacks ain't shit.
Okay, you want to tell that to Jalen Hurts?
No, he Oklahoma quarterback. Next.
He was at Alabama.
Where did he finish at?
Where did he finish at?
Yes.
Hold on. What did he say? He said, it's Bryce Young. It's not CJ Stroud.
It's Bryce Young. It's Bryce Young.
Alabama quarterbacks ain't shit. Yeah, okay. Next.
Okay, whatever. All right, I'm gonna give him the win.
Okay.
But it'll be close.
Oh, we got more dubs for that. We got
he got him 4-0 though.
I'm 4-0, baby.
You're 4-0. I'm 3-1. I don't know what D Woods is.
What y'all doing the prediction?
Yeah, for the schedule.
Okay,
I'm
I got one. The first game against Tampa Bay, that should be a win.
Okay.
Second game against Philadelphia, that's a loss.
Okay.
The third game is who's the third game?
San Diego. Not San Diego. LA Chargers.
San Diego Chargers. We do not call them LA Chargers here. Take that shit back.
Oh, you do call them San Diego Chargers
still?
still?
Call them San Diego
okay,
still.
San Diego Chargers. Okay, that works. That works.
Yeah. So they gonna beat San Diego.
Yeah, we said that too.
Okay.
So we on.
I said it would be
week
close.
4.
And week 4 is Carolina. Week 4 is Carolina.
They gonna beat Carolina.
We all
Okay.
4-1.
I got them.
So we got 3 at 3-1. Mike is at 4-0.
Yeah.
Next week is Kansas City.
Loss.
What
Say
you say,
so.
Mike?
That's the L.
Yeah, he was seriously going to say W. He had to think about that one. He was holding out. Okay, so you got 4-1. We're at what? 3-2. All right. Next week at Chicago.
Loss.
A W.
Loss.
What? A W.
Hold on. It's at Chicago?
At Chicago.
That's a loss.
A W.
That's a loss.
They always lose in Chicago.
That's a loss.
No deal.
That's a
Justin
dub.
Fields, bum
That's
ass.
a
It don't
loss.
matter.
Loss.
The reason. Okay, look, this is how I'm thinking about it. I want them to lose these 2 games back to back, so we can see what this team is made of. Because
Okay, put it this way. Chicago in October is some funky ass weather.
See, loss.
That's some good weather.
So what we got them at 3-3.
What part of Chicago have you been in when there's good weather in October?
October don't be fucked up in Chicago.
How do you know?
They next door to me.
They get the weather before you do. You know that, right?
They don't be fucked up in October.
Okay.
All I know is
Okay.
it be sunny in California.
Okay, so I got you got them at 4. What do you got? 4-1.
4-1.
I got them at 3-3.
I got them at 3-3.
I got them
I
at
mean,
4-2.
5-1. I meant to say. I'm sorry.
You 5-1, 4-2, 3-3. Okay.
3-3.
The next week is Monday night at home, San Francisco.
Loss.
Dog.
Loss.
Win.
Loss.
Win.
Loss.
Win.
Let's
Loss.
go, baby.
Kirk
Win.
on prime time? Shit.
Loss.
Ain't about Kirk on prime time.
Loss.
First cousin, baby. First cousin. Let's go.
This is what I look. I did this prediction. I looked at it. All right. If they lose against Kansas City, right, and then they turn right back around and lose to the Bears at home, And then the next game is prime time. They're gonna be having to come out there to play, and they're gonna win that game against Frisco.
Is it the same team we've been watching?
Yeah.
Man, they
Okay,
lose
okay. You know what you're going to see against San Francisco. You're going to see a repeat.
quarterback.
You are going to see a repeat of when Kirk played his first game in Seattle on prime time as a Viking. You're going to have somebody on the mic yelling across the field. He's scared, and that will be they're going to be yelling at it. Kirk.
The same thing.
Nah, we got this one. We got that one
in week 2.
I got them at 4-3 now.
Yes.
I got them at 3-4.
4-3 now.
All right. After San Francisco is in Green Bay.
Win.
W.
Win.
W.
5-3 for me.
It's a dub. Dub. All day.
That's going to come down to the final. I think that's going to come down to a field goal.
Yeah, I didn't get a
I
couple
hope not, because we might lose that game.
I think that's going to come down to a field goal.
I need some losses, y'all.
Hey, Jay, I got that new Madden too, boy. What you want to do?
You ready or what, Zoe?
We could do something tomorrow, D Woods.
I'm available, man.
We
It's a
can't
holiday
lose to the
weekend.
Packers, man. Jordan Love, we can't lose to the Packers,
Man.
man.
I got them at 5-3 right now.
All right, I got him at 3 and 4 and 5.
I'm 7-1, baby. 7-1.
I got 3 L's.
Okay. Next is Atlanta. That's probably a win. That's a win. Atlanta's a win. So I got them 4 and 5. Next, they're home to the Saints.
Win.
Win.
This is when they make that stretch right now.
We lost. We got an L right there.
Against
So you basically got them at what? Mike's got them at like 8-2 or 7-3 right now.
8-2.
8-2. I got them at 5. I got them at 500.
I got them at 7-3 right now.
Okay.
Hey, will we play the Saints at home?
It's in Minneapolis. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
we
in
gonna get
Minneapolis.
them there. Yeah.
It's in Minneapolis. Okay, the next week it's in Denver.
Hey,
Lost.
That's a loss.
That's
A
a
loss.
win.
That's a loss. It's Denver. Denver's got
Denver.
That's a loss.
If
Denver.
Russell Wilson played like he played last year, it's a win.
The thing that could really screw with them is probably it could be the altitude.
Yeah, the weather gonna fuck them
That's
up.
an L.
Yeah.
That's an L.
Hey, they professionals. They better get to it.
No, that shit different.
No, that's different, dude.
That's an L.
different.
Motherfuckers
That's different.
lose, they
They
motherfuckers about to
winning.
die on
Okay.
that football field.
Now, before the bye week, the first game before the bye week is home to the Bears. That's a win.
Win.
Yeah. A W.
Yeah, that's a
So
dub.
I got them at 6-6.
9-3.
I don't know. I got 4 L. Shit.
9-3.
9-3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got the bye week. After the bye week, we're in Las Vegas to play the Raiders.
Win.
At the Raiders.
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
That's the game I'm gonna be at too, right there, baby. That's
That's a dub. That's a dub. That's a
That's
dub.
an L. That's an L.
That's a win.
That's a
That's
win.
an L.
That's a
We
win.
10-3. We 10-3.
I got them
bro.
lose that game.
Okay. So I got them
Let's
at 7-6. Next week, they're in Cincinnati.
Loss.
Loss.
A win. That's a dub. No, that's an L. That's an L. That's an L. That's an L.
That's the L.
That's an L.
We got a, that's an L.
I'm about to start as so. What the hell you smoking? Okay. Then this is the important stretch. So what? I've got them 6-7. The next 3 games are divisional games. The first one is at home to the Lions.
Win.
That's a win. I think we beat the Lions.
I gotta
Especially
win.
at home.
I gotta win that game too.
Okay. Then
What you say, Woods?
It's a
Huh?
win, man.
It's a win.
It's a win, straight up.
I'm iffy, man. I'm iffy.
Then the next week is home to the Packers.
Win.
That's a win.
Oh, dog. We
That's
cannot
a
lose
win.
to the Packers. We cannot lose to the
So I've got them at 9-7, and the final game of the year is at Detroit.
They lost that one. That's my prediction right there. They lost that one.
I'm at that game too.
You better be.
Yeah, that's
in
an
your
L.
backyard. You better be at
Hey,
that
but
one.
look though, I don't know that game gonna mean something or what though. So I don't.
They gonna finish that. That's 12-5 right there. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I'm 12-5.
My record has them at 9-8.
I got them.
It's better than you said 7-10. You said 7-10 earlier. So
I did. I said
I
7-10.
I
It's
got
only
them
a
at
1-game
10.
swing though.
I got them at 10.
9-8 wins the division.
So Tony, what's the teams that you got
Hey,
them
who the
losing
fuck
to
is it?
that we
David
got them
say?
winning to?
Oh, I'm iffy about I'm iffy about the Chargers. I'm iffy about all the road games, including Carolina. The Niner game.
I ain't worried about the Niners, and I ain't worried about San Diego.
I ain't
We
worried
got
about
nephew in the building,
man.
nephew JJ.
Yeah, and the Niner game, and then what'd you guys say with the Bengals? I said that's a loss.
That's a loss.
Okay.
That's a loss.
And here's the thing though, they're gonna lose one of those division games. They do every year.
I say the Lions though.
They're gonna split with one in the division team.
They're gonna split with one of them. It could be.
I think
they could be
they're
the
gonna split
Packers.
I think they're gonna split with the Packers and the Lions, but they're gonna sweep the Bears.
But y'all had them losing at Chicago.
No.
I still got them losing at Chicago.
Yeah. They're gonna split.
Yeah, I still got them losing at Chicago.
I don't want to lose them.
So I got 9-8.
I got 12-5.
I got 10-7.
Because think about my 12-5, I got them losing against Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow,
Me too.
and Jalen Hurts, right? So they win this, they gonna be going to the playoffs, and the narrative gonna be Vikings can't win can't be the top 10 quarterback, and we're gonna get in the playoffs and smash them fools. That's what's gonna happen. Take it to the bank.
We're gonna beat Jalen Hurts in the
playoffs when it counts.
Yeah,
in the playoffs.
It's gonna be revenge for 2017.
Yeah, I can see it going 4-2 in the division though, for real.
Yeah, 4-2 is more realistic.
Cool.
4-2 is
cool.
realistic.
I'm not scared of 49ers, man. They don't have a quarterback. I'm not scared of
They don't
49ers.
need no quarterback.
They don't need no quarterback.
They got a good system.
Okay, the system.
But I ain't scared.
The
of them.
system is
Okay,
good.
okay, Mike, you're not scared of them? Then let's see. Then let's see. You ain't never scared? Yeah. Famous words of the first dude that be running. Famous words of the same dude that be running the first one out the crib when shit starts to break down. No, that as long as the 49ers got that defense. Any team that's got a defense scares me. Because first of all,
we ain't got no O-line.
Thank you.
What a ain't playing.
You had to remind me about the.
Well, we have to put reality into it. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. The old line, yeah, that is
That's
true.
the whole thing, Mike. That was
The old line, yeah, that's what gets me, man. That old line
ain't like our D line, ain't like our defense line.
and here's the thing. The only reason I give the Chargers a chance is because they got Mac and they got Joey Bosa.
Who?
Other than that, they don't do anything for me.
They got older Bosas.
They got Joey Bosa and they got Khalil Mack.
They got Justin Herbert, man. He gonna give 2 interceptions, man, guaranteed.
And I'll tell you what, Kirk will get strip sacked at least a couple times.
Damn,
I can't say you wrong for that. They just like you said, they just the fucking same. He just younger.
They're just younger, but he's got decent targets.
Oh yeah, he been had decent targets.
He's also got Austin Eckler.
He just ain't shit.
And if you put Austin Eckler in the flat on our linebackers, it could be a wrap.
No, don't say that because everybody think Ivan Pace is all world. He gonna track him down.
No, BA out there. BA gonna hold it down.
Man,
You mean Samoa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if he ever get his ass off the training table and out on the field, I might say something. But he in the friggin' trainer's room again.
Hey,
We gonna make
don't
the
be hating on
playoff,
Ivan
JJ.
Pace
We gonna
Jr.,
make the
bro.
playoff.
Huh?
We gonna
Don't be hating on Ivan Pace Jr., bro.
I just don't. Like
I'm not hating on Ivan Pace Jr.
No, I'm talking
okay,
to
though.
D-Wood. I ain't talking to Tony. I'm talking to D-Wood.
I want thumpers. Like I want thumpers because
You want those old school linebackers.
yeah, I want some linebackers that's gonna, because I'm just worried he's so small. What if we play against big receivers? Big receivers can just take him out the play.
David, don't sleep on Austin Eckler.
Yeah,
Don't sleep on Austin Eckler.
David lost his damn mind.
Yeah, don't
Look,
sleep on
though.
Austin Eckler.
Hey, look, D Woods. I think Dog only gonna play on like running downs for real. Like
No, here's
split.
the thing with Pace is his game translate to passing, and now you don't know on what
Yeah,
downs
how?
teams are going to run anyway.
he can't
Yeah.
check no down. He can't.
I'm
check
just
no
worried
down.
because I saw last year Asamoah get in the game against the Lions and the tight end just pushed him out the whole play. And I'm just like, dog, we need some
Which tight end
linebackers.
was that?
It was a tight end for the Lions. He just dogged him, like just dogged him. He was just like this. I was like, damn, that's
Well-
Bradbury.
And here's the
It was
thing too.
Asamoah.
You probably had guys on defense last year that really didn't know what their responsibility was.
That's true.
And so they were probably playing out of position. They weren't letting them attack.
That's what Brinkley.
He
Brian
running
Flores is going to let them attack.
I hope so.
He's going to let them attack.
I'm just a little bit worried about that linebacker room. I mean,
but
who's the best linebacker right now? Who's the best linebacker on our team right now?
BA.
I don't know.
Pace.
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 If he better than BA, we got a fucking problem.
We don't have. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Pace.
Pace.
You think
it's
Pace?
Small for real,
Oh, it's
man.
Pace. It's Pace.
Like you said, AD Wood. One of them big ass offensive linemen gonna snatch his ass right up and
move him out the way.
You do know. Okay, you do know Asamoah ain't much bigger.
That's what I'm saying. They both small.
They're about the same size.
Small.
They're about to. The biggest linebacker you got on the team
Hicks.
is not even Jordan Hicks. Troy Dye.
But he can't. He's a special teamer.
Troy Dye.
They're all tame. They're all tame. They're all a bunch of basketball players. They're all a bunch of football players that should be playing basketball.
Hey,
They should have drafted Overshown for real though. That's what I really wanted in the draft, just to help.
You got a Packers picture.
I do not have a Packers picture behind me, and the Packer picture I have has Gary Larson in it. If you know who Gary Larson is, he was a member of the Purple People Eaters. Don't even try to call me out, Dave. I know what's on my wall.
Hey, I don't know. We might be in some trouble. Vikings may make the playoffs, but forget the Super Bowl. Not enough defense.
That offensive line will be our downfall.
Yeah, I've been said that months ago.
Yeah, that offensive line will be our downfall.
Listen, man, the Minnesota Vikings gonna have a nice season, but they ain't doing shit, man. We ain't got no fucking offensive line.
Hey, talk that talk. Talk that talk.
It's gonna be a
Tell us
fun
how you feel,
season.
brother.
Football gonna be back, but when we play against like the Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers, we losing. Hell, we lost to the fucking Giants.
Yeah, he's got a point.
What the fuck?
He
We
got a
got
point.
Daniel Jones a new contract.
Daniel Jones, yeah.
Daniel
But
Jones
like
had
I said,
Daniel
we
Jones
can't really
got
talk-
much playoff wins at Kirk Cousins.
That was the Andre Patterson revenge game right there, though, for real. The
Yeah.
Vikings
the
should have kept him
ODC
in the
over there?
house, for real.
Yeah, well, Andre Patterson went to the Giants.
Yeah, he was a Giants.
the
Why do you think
Giants.
Thibodeau then was running around like that?
Yeah.
He looked like a young Daniel Hunter over there.
Thibodeau was running out there like Everton and Daniil Hunter combined.
Yeah, that was y'all should. He was like, y'all shouldn't have kept me on staff. I'm about to run my boys down y'all throats, and that's what happened.
Yeah, man, but like I'm happy for the season coming up.
Hold on.
Football gonna be back. I'm happy for the season. Know how that Green Bay Packer thing now.
Hey, see, I'm more
Is
optimistic than
this a picture you're talking about, Dave? Because yeah, that's Gary Larson chasing Bart Starr. That's a Viking picture. It's only a Packer in it. Next.
Jerry.
Next.
Yeah, but my thing
Mobile
is
quarterback and slow linebackers is trouble. We ain't slow. That linebackers. You know what? I think our defense is going to shock people. I'm going to keep being optimistic until I see it.
The defense, what'll happen is the defense will be fine.
the O-line.
But until teams get film on them and they start showing their tendencies, then it starts to balance out. So it's up to Brian Flores to still keep offenses off, which
I
he will
believe
do.
in him.
He will do. He will keep
He'll do that.
offenses off balance. He will do that.
Yeah,
Do you think
man,
we're going
but
to be better when it comes to covering wide receivers and tight ends or stopping the run? What do you think is going to be better?
As long as you're getting pressure, you're gonna be all right.
Well, we still can't stop the run. We couldn't even do that in preseason. So that's
Because you need that
But-
thumper linebacker.
but nobody runs the ball anymore. Now watch, we start playing these teams that
Nigga running down our throats.
David, shut up.
I'm telling you, man, these linebackers, man. I don't know about these linebackers, man. I don't know.
man, see, y'all talking about the
Ivan
linebackers.
Pace Jr.,
Y'all
baby.
talking about the linebackers.
Okay, okay. Here's the deal. Will, you're worried about the linebackers.
You need to worry about the offensive line.
I'm worried about the quarterbacks because if you don't put pressure on those quarterbacks, those corners are going to have one-on-one, and it's not going. And it's not going to be pretty.
And
I
It's
agree
not.
with that. I agree with that.
It's not going to be
he
pretty.
would. The crazy part is, by Minnesota having a great offense like we had with all those weapons, we can't go point for point with no team because we
Yeah,
can't block nobody.
we can't get in a shootout. We can't get in
hell
shootouts.
no.
No, and that's what I. That's what I said.
That's why I said this year it's gonna be okay, but I'm looking for a next year NFL draft, man.
Hey, there's a Packer fan in here.
Who?
This David dude, he a Packer fan?
No, David's just screwing with me because I had that
okay.
picture on my wall. Yeah, and I know that, but guess what? I'm a Viking fan through and through, so you can't say anything to me.
Well, hold on, what do you say? Zoe called a Lion fan. Oh yeah.
Because you get that for being a Lion fan, but I had the picture.
He would did that start that shit.
Yeah.
He was
what the fuck got that shit
They
from?
tried to come at me. I said, hold on now.
Yeah, watching them fucking two.
Although I will admit, my best friend who passed away was the guy I played football with and coached for. He was a diehard Packer fan. So I have a soft spot for the Packers as far as he goes. Other than that, screw them, motherfuckers.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, look though, in the division though, which team y'all hate the most? Because I can't stand the Packers out of all the teams in our division.
Packers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Packers.
if I'm gonna hate any team, well, first of all, I don't hate any of our divisional teams. The team I hate the most,
the Cowboys.
First and foremost, thank you, the Dallas Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys.
I don't know.
I hate fans.
The Cowboys.
I hate every team besides the Vikings. How about that?
Nah, the Cowboys are the worst, man.
No, the Cowboys and the Cowboy thing goes back all the way to the 70s. Because there was a few.
Y'all see my picture? That's Adrian Peterson right there. So y'all can't say nothing about me.
What pictures you talking about? David must be drinking and smoking tonight.
Hey, I don't know what kind of,
you know what? He really can't. He really can't say
he got because I can't even see it on my end. Like
he can't even say. He just saw
comments. D Woods.
What it say?
You got your shit on private. Hit the other comment. You got your
shit hit the comments.
I got the comments up. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just because I had the picture of that Green Bay picture. He just glommed onto that. I'm like, dude,
you can't see no pictures about damn room. What are you talking about?
Well, I got the pictures of former players on my wall, autographed. So they're on my wall.
The picture I got my shit at JJ.
Yeah, I've got Jim Marshall, Chuck Foreman, Viking defense.
Hey, y'all, but look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. The Minnesota Vikings, man, for us to go where we want to go for real and be some real dogs in the NFC and the NFL, we got to get us a quarterback, bro. Like all the other shit we doing is cool and fine. I'm gonna tell y'all these two quarterbacks I think Minnesota Vikings can be able to draft: Jordan Travis or Shedeur Sanders.
Bo Nix. What about Bo Nix?
I don't like him like that.
Yeah, but we don't know. I mean, Sanders could have just a killer year this year, and then all of a sudden he could be the number one possible pick.
No,
that's cool, and then somebody else gonna slide down.
No, but he ain't going over Caleb Williams or Bo Nix or Drake Mays. I don't think.
I don't know the way he played today.
I'm just saying. I just think they hired because of who they is and what
they're hired. They're hired because it's a bigger program.
Yeah.
And they know who it is. But that all changes once the season starts. Once they start showing it, the draft stock rises and falls as the season goes along.
Yeah, but I just feel like, man, like Jordan Travis from Florida State. He a nice quarterback too. I stay away. There's quarterbacks
Florida
I stay
State,
away
you gotta
from.
stay away from Florida State.
I would stay away. Here's quarterbacks I stay away from the schools: Florida State, and Ohio State,
and Alabama,
and Bama.
So question: so how many quarterbacks realistically will be drafted in the first round next 2024 NFL draft?
I say 6.
Yeah, me too.
In the top 10?
No,
like in the first round. Period.
I'll say 6,
5 or 6.
Huh.
I'm gonna go 7.
Yeah.
Damn. Who you got? Who drafted them, Tony?
There's gonna be some shocks in the offseason.
That's gonna be cut, right?
Yeah. We don't. Okay, first of all, you don't know if Justin Fields is going to work out in Chicago. You don't know if Jared Goff is going to work out. Could be on his way out in Detroit.
Jared Goff, they tell me they about to give him a new contract, so I don't know.
Well, that's on them. So they'll be looking for a quarterback eventually.
Let them. So
and then put us. If Jordan Love sucks this year, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
They're going to have a high pick too.
Tampa Bay is going to be looking. We don't know what New Orleans is going to be looking.
New Orleans got who's their quarterback?
They got Derek Carr. Right?
It don't matter.
Like I said, New Orleans is going to be looking. You don't know who the Raiders. There's a bunch of teams out there.
Tony, Like you, I think D Woods agree with you on this when y'all said we have to draft capital. My thing is, if you got to trade 2 or 3 first round picks to move up, get a quarterback, do it. At this point, it don't even matter because your first round draft picks don't be shit anyway. So
well, here's the thing though.
They don't.
This is the thing. This is the whole thing. This is where people get it twisted with the NFL with the draft. The draft is not a cure-all. The draft is a crapshoot.
Right.
So a lot of these players ain't gonna make it. So you've got 4 years to make them pan out or cut bait. So you're gonna have the team. This is what the Wills have to do. They have to take a chance on a quarterback.
Yeah,
they have to.
I agree, David.
They have to.
Because if you look at the Minnesota offense, our offense is laid. We got wide receivers galore, a nice tight end, okay running backs. The O-line probably won't be that bad if we have a mobile quarterback.
So if you're a free agent quarterback and you see the weapons around you, but you see that offensive line in front of you, you coming up here?
A free agent?
He like, man, I might got these weapons, but I ain't gonna have the time to throw it to him.
You ain't gonna have time to throw. You gonna keep Bradbury and you got Ingram and Cleveland's a free agent. They may not even keep Cleveland, so you're gonna have holes.
Hold on. Norfolk said keep an eye on JJ, my guy. I like JJ, but I gotta see more from him. But Michigan pissed me off today, dog. They fucked my parlay up. I'm mad as hell about that game.
Well, that's what you get for gambling on them.
I'm mad as hell. I had them going over.
Don't bet on them. Don't bet on them.
Sanders over.
I'll tell you what, too, though. This is gonna be Harbaugh last year if he don't win a fucking playoff game, too.
Harbaugh. Okay, put it this way. Harbaugh's coming back to the NFL.
Yeah, because we're gonna fire
which
his
team,
ass.
Tony? Which team?
He going to Detroit. He going to Detroit.
Detroit, no, they love Dan Campbell.
Oh no! If Dan Campbell don't do shit this year, goodbye Dan. Hello, Harbaugh.
If you watch my video and read them comments, they be going crazy on my ass.
That's because they delusional and they're Detroit fans. Why you listen to them?
No, I don't.
Do you know football at all, right? If you know football at all, you look at Dan Campbell and you hear him talking what he does and how he coaches, and you're like, yeah, he ain't gonna make it.
I had Dan Campbell on the fucking hot seat. They went crazy on me.
No, he's more than a hot seat. He probably gonna get canned. Dan Campbell
on the hot seat, Buffalo Bills coach and the Charger coach all on the hot seat.
You got what's that Buffalo coach? McDermott?
Hell, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because basically it's that Daniel Jones shit. Like, if the offensive coordinator go over there and get Daniel Jones a new contract, it's looking at McDermott kind of different because now their offense ain't what it was when he was down there, and they ain't they can't run the ball, in the playoffs. So yeah, I can say McDermott too.
Yeah, McDermott. Now guess what? They got McDermott a franchise quarterback, and look what happened.
It happens though.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep.
Like y'all said, you just got to take the shots. Like, we got to see them take the shot.
He took the shot, and it's not working out. So you're going to have to cut bait. You're going to have
Plus, Buffalo about to take a big-ass step back this year.
They took a step back last year.
They're going
to take a big one this year.
Yeah. Dable ain't there no more. That was their offense. Buffalo and they can't run the ball. That's
no, they can't run the ball. And Stephon Diggs know that shit, too.
How the hell you cannot run the ball with both Singletary and Cook?
But it ain't that. They not committed to running the ball.
Very few teams in the NFL nowadays are. There's very few teams in football on every aspect of level of football that are committed to running the ball. They just don't want to run the ball anymore, and that's coaching.
Why is that?
That's coaching. Because you've got a bunch of – I'm just going to be blunt about it.
Prima donna?
No, I played defensive line, so I'm biased. You got a bunch of ex-quarterbacks or wannabe quarterbacks that always wanted to be the man. And so they think by throwing the ball, it's like throw the ball 90 friggin' times a game. That's how you win. You spread, you make the field, you open up the field. But you have to run the ball. You have to.
Yeah, that's the one thing that people keep disrespecting. Why they keep disrespecting the running backs, I don't understand it, man. Like
that is
running the ball. You need to run the ball,
and that comes to management. Put it this way: you've got management in the NFL that will overpay a slot wide receiver before they pay a running back what he's worth.
Because you can find a running back anywhere for real.
You can find a receiver.
You can find a slot receiver anywhere for real too, more so than a running back.
But I'd rather pay a receiver than a running back for real. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Really?
It depends. It depends on who the guy is, because if you think about
Yeah,
it,
it
though,
depends who he is, though.
a lot of these teams in the regular season, they'll pass the ball, all regular season. But they get to the playoffs. Look at Cincinnati. They beat Buffalo
Run the
last
freaking
year
ball.
because they ran the ball on Buffalo, and Buffalo couldn't stop it.
Yeah, you got to run the ball, especially when it's colder weather. And like I said, offensive linemen do better going forward than they do going backwards.
So
That's
it's
just
like,
common sense.
yeah, we got to
You know,
run the ball. It's iffy.
And
It's
that's
offensive line.
that's the thing with KLC. KLC this year has to run the ball, which is probably going to happen. He's got Oliver. He kept Ham. He kept Muse. You're going to see some 12 formation, 13 formation.
Hey, let me ask y'all this though. How would y'all feel Minnesota traded for Kyler Murray?
No. I want our quarterback. I don't want a quarterback that doesn't look in the. That
But
doesn't.
look though, I'm gonna
Doesn't
keep it real with y'all. The Minnesota Vikings are scared to draft a fucking quarterback for real, man.
Put it this way: they're scared to draft a quarterback because they just are. But you're not going to go and get Kyler, who is already known. He don't read them.
No, somebody that had a bad take. The police come to get y'all.
Who's that? That's your shit in LA?
Nah, dude, that's me in Minneapolis.
They acting bad in Minnesota.
Dude, I'm in the hood. What you talking about?
They act bad in Minnesota.
Yeah, I
ain't
in LA no more either. I'm in the birds. I'm in San Bernardino.
My bad, D Wood. He's like, nigga, I'm in Compton, nigga. I'm in the birds, nigga.
Hey, I got a question for y'all.
No, if it was coming for me, I'd tell y'all. I might ask for bail money too. But.
Oh yeah, we got some people in the chat. We can get you out.
Stop the cat. But who would you rather have? Kirk Cousins, first cousin, Captain Kirk, or Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray. Man, I hate Kirk Cousins, bro. Kyler Murray.
Do I have to answer?
Do I have Kirk?
Do I have to answer this question?
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a question?
Do I really have to answer that question?
Tony, before you answer though, I'm gonna say something for 60 seconds. Listen, bro. If you throw Kyler Murray in this offense with the weapons we have, he can't do no worse than Kirk Cousins. He might do better because he's mobile.
We don't know how mobile he is now after that knee injury.
I don't know.
I'm talking before. I'm talking about just overall.
We don't know how mobile he is now with that. If that injury is to the point where he probably is going to miss this year too.
I look at quarterback as the ultimate leadership position. You have to have good leadership.
Yeah, David, I would pick Bart Starr.
Yeah, what's that? Hey, y'all seen this name before?
That's Dave. I know who David is.
Yeah,
I know who David is.
Oh, that Dave who came on the show with us?
Yeah, he was on the show with us. He's been on the show with us before.
Oh, that's my guy. David, tap in with us.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would pick Bart Starr. 5 NFL championships and 2 Super Bowls? Hell yeah. Compared to Kirk, I won the division how many times?
Come on, Murray.
Yeah, he did. That
Murray.
Just the fact that Kyler Murray don't know the damn playbook of his own damn team.
And it's more to that whole playbook situation too. Like
what else?
He only saw one side of the field, and they would have to move Hopkins to the other side just to get him the ball because he wouldn't even throw it to him because he's only looking at one side of the field.
I agree. See.
Hey, look, I got kind of Kyler Murray defense.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, you come to his defense and we'll shoot it down.
Let him talk that talk. Let him talk that talk.
I want to hear it.
Let's hear it.
Kyler Murray was in Arizona. Had Arizona was they ever faithful to running the football? And what weapons did they have in Arizona? D Hop got injured, get suspended, no receiver. They can't run the football. Arizona been a fucking hot mess for real.
But if you're a quarterback, of
here's the thing though,
caliber, you make the guys better around you.
Talk that.
Okay,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Tony. Because if you think about it, look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is probably one of the best quarterbacks ever or out there, right? He make nobody's look good. Right. Look what Brett Favre did when he came to Minnesota. Yeah. These dudes wasn't getting the ball. Shit, Sidney Rice was always hurt and couldn't get open. But when Brett Favre got here, he got him another contract.
Can I ask you a question, D Woods?
Go ahead.
You say the quarterback make the player better, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's your knock on Kyler Murray, right?
You gotta spread the ball out,
Right,
man.
I
You gotta
feel
you
you.
gotta you
But
gotta
look, though,
Lane.
but look, do Kirk Cousins make people bet on his fucking team?
Kirk's accurate though.
Kirk's accurate.
He
Kirk's accurate
but
though.
Everything here's the thing with Kirk. This is the thing with Kirk. Kirk is one of the most accurate QBs in the NFL.
Yeah.
He will get his receivers the ball. I never faulted him on that. He is good at getting his receivers the ball. What I fault Kirk on, and this is what a lot of people fault Kirk on, is the intangibles.
Yes.
exactly.
It's pocket presence, holds the ball too long, not mobile, scared. Okay?
Scared on prime time.
Scared.
Right.
There are quarterbacks that make like D Will said, a good quarterback elevates the talent around him.
Yeah, but Kirk don't do that shit. And D Will love Kirk Cousins.
I mean, I ain't saying I love him. I mean, he got his flaws and he got his strengths too. But I'm just saying, like with Kyler Murray, it's like I'd rather have Kirk because Kirk is more accurate. Kyler Murray just look at one side of the field and then he runs.
I would rather,
Can
put it this way.
Chat, if you want Kirk, put a K. If you want,
shout out to
you want-
Triple P,
if
my
you want
boy
Kyler,
dropped in
put
the
it in.
building, dog.
And also with this, here's the thing with Kirk, with Kyler,
Man,
he
fuck
just
Kirk Cousins.
Kyler. Put it this way: when Kyler said he don't read the playbook, I lost him right there.
That's it with me.
I was done with him. If I'm your teammate, and I'm reading the playbook and your ass is busy playing friggin' video games, I don't want nothing to do with you.
True.
I don't want nothing. Go play baseball. That's what you were going to do in the first place. Take your ass and go play baseball with the Oakland A's.
Man, fuck Purdue. What Penn State doing right now?
Is Penn State playing?
Yeah.
You know Penn State gonna win it all, man. Stop playing.
Penn
Man.
State look fucking horrible today.
What's the score, brother?
That's what I want to know. Somebody dropped that score at the Penn State game. Tell me they're gonna beat Michigan. Man, we're gonna beat their ass.
Ain't no way.
But
brother.
look though, I'm just like, but my whole thing with the Kirk Cousins shit is
Your whole thing is anybody but Kirk.
no, it ain't that though. We done paid Kirk top-notch dollar, and Kirk is not a top quarterback at all. Then Kirk fold in big fucking games. So why do you want a quarterback who you know gonna fold in a big game like in the playoffs or whatever? He not gonna deliver.
You mean like Kyler Murray?
He never really, I can't really.
Dude, he played the
Okay,
Rams.
let me ask
He
you
played
this. Okay,
he
look,
played the
look.
Rams in the
Hey, Tony.
playoffs and got run off the field, dude.
Hey Tony, let me ask you this though.
Okay.
Kyler Murray offense compared to Kirk Cousins offense in Minnesota. Who offense is better?
Oh,
Minnesota.
Our offense.
Minnesota.
Exactly. If you put, I'm saying I don't want Kyler Murray. I'm just saying.
Okay,
But
okay.
Like Kyler Murray just a
I
fucking
got this.
bum.
You're missing the point though, Zoe. You're missing the point.
Let me hear it quick. Okay, look. So
Go ahead,
the
D-Lo.
offense that Kirk Cousins is running, his playbook is probably like this big. The offense that Kyler Murray is running is probably like this big.
I never heard Kyler Murray say shit
because he
about the
can't
playbook.
comprehend the play.
That's because Kyler Murray don't read the playbook.
I'm saying I never heard that comment. I never read
has
that
a-
comment. He said that.
So he has a limited playbook. So he's out there basically improvising too many times, and that's not what you want
Who the fuck is
100%
that?
with your quarterback because he's not making
And who
nobody
that
better.
type it in?
I think that's Yogi.
Man, I ain't
That's
asking.
Yogi.
I knew that was Yogi.
Yogi, what's the deal, my guy? I'm like, who the
Hey, Yogi, you brought Mike out the way.
Yeah, you done blew the mic out.
oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Mike
did.
bust his ass tomorrow. And he right here. I'm about to add him. Damn, Yogi blew your ass up.
Nah, what's up, Yogi?
What
Yogi,
up?
how you feel? How the vacation?
Oh man, it's fucking beautiful.
Hey,
I've
man.
been sitting in the hot tub, in the pool, drinking,
Hey,
eating.
Yogi.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Hey, Yogi. Hey, Yogi, you my guy, dog. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins or Kyler Murray?
He
Kirk
wants
Oh my God, I'm about to boot your ass off.
Zoe.
I don't give a fuck to your shit, Yogi. I'm about to boot your ass off and block you. Shit, how you block on here? Shit, how you block?
now you sound like a Viking offensive lineman. How you block?
I don't know. I just don't like.
man.
I just don't like Kyler Murray.
I don't like him either, man.
Nobody
I don't
like-
him either, but I don't like Kirk Cousins either, though.
I would take Aaron Rodgers over him. Right
people that actually tries.
Like Kirk Cousins got a dog ass offense around him.
Nah,
and look
man.
though, look at Kyler Murray.
The only thing that Kyler Murray would bring to this offense is his mobility.
Yes,
but
that's it.
Have that.
Like he don't even have that now with the knee.
I'm talking before the injury though.
Well, and that's all he could do. And then when he did throw, it was not always on target.
Who he throwing the football to?
DeAndre Hopkins.
D Hopkins missed.
Zoe, whatever you smoking, put it down because it got you talking some big time BS.
Last year you gotta understand Hopkins was suspended for like the first
Hopkins was out for.
I'm cool. Hollywood Brown is there, and then he had Zach Ertz, and then Connor could come out the backfield and catch the ball, but Kyler wasn't really doing that. That's why it was a big question whether they should, re-sign Kyler or not, because he really did nothing to basically
right now, the Cardinals management is getting big time grief for giving that contract to Murray. It already cost them Kingsbury, so they are already complaining about it.
Let's go Penn State, baby.
I got a question for all y'all. So who front office?
Gophers ain't shit.
I got a question for y'all though. Let's get off of Kyler Murray because he's just trash. We ain't even gonna talk about him. He ain't even cut him.
I don't know what Zoe talking about.
All right, look, I got a question for y'all. Which front office is in the most hot water right now? Cleveland or Arizona?
Cleveland.
Right now, Cleveland, because Arizona kind of changed theirs.
Right.
They kind of changed. So now, so now it falls on Cleveland.
Okay.
And it's not even Cleveland. I think it's Miami's could be in trouble too.
Who?
Miami.
Coaching?
No, the front office.
Wow.
Miami
How
could
Miami
be
in trouble?
I mean, they still getting sued by Flores.
They're getting sued. That's one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're getting sued. But Cleveland is.
I think Cleveland, man.
The best one is the one to really look at is Washington, because now that they got a new owner, they're probably going to change that altogether.
Let's go.
And they're probably they might go back to the Redskin name.
Hey, they are. DM me your info on Instagram or on Twitter so I can send you the link.
I think they are. I read an article.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Hey, Yogi, send Justin the link to the page.
I'll send it to him. Let me see if I can get it.
Let's go.
I don't know what Justin even on. Is he even on Instagram or anything?
Yeah,
he's on Twitter, I believe.
Hey, Zoe, you said my Penn State was losing?
Hey, Justin, I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter, man.
I seen that shit.
Penn State's losing?
31-7. You already know the vibes, man.
But Penn State ain't shit. I'm saying,
coming for y'all, man.
Did you watch that game?
I ain't watched the game. It don't matter.
That quarterback look horrible, though.
So we gonna be better than y'all. Something that right now. Straight up.
Man, stop tripping, bro.
Penn State. When does Penn State play Michigan?
Hey, Justin,
I don't know. It don't even matter. We gonna win.
Twitter.
Hey, Justin. Hey, check your Twitter account.
X, whatever y'all call it now.
It's Twitter. I don't care what
they changed the name to Twitter.
It's X, but it's
X.
really Twitter.
Why don't you change the name to X? Is there like a meaning behind it or something?
No,
I'm about to ask your ass out talking that Penn State shit.
Michigan behind that. Michigan ain't about nothing, man. Michigan ain't about nothing.
Hey, Tony, we play Penn State. I'm about to let you know right now.
Hey, to get back on Cleveland, though, do y'all think Cleveland can get out that contract with Deshaun?
Let's go.
What's that?
Do y'all think that Cleveland can get out that contract with Deshaun?
It's almost over with, though.
It's almost over with.
DTR gonna be their quarterback.
Would y'all be okay with Deshaun coming in there being a gap quarterback for the Vikings?
I take him.
I'll take him. As long as he ain't,
hold on, wait,
going to the massage parlors or nothing like that.
Okay, and those masseuses were actually team masseuses. That's the problem.
I'm just gonna say this, man. Come on, man.
Go ahead and say it.
I ain't gonna say it.
Go ahead and say it, man. We all grown men here.
I ain't gonna say it. All I'm gonna say is everything you hear isn't always true. That's all I'm saying. Especially
put it this way: when it
comes to that.
Here was the thing that bothered me about it, and I'll just leave it at this. In this day and age, especially with that coming to light,
right?
1 or 2, the alarms go off.
Right.
3 or 4, it's a 4-alarm fire. He had 20 plus.
So you wait until it's kind of
Cash grab, man.
It's suspect.
He had 20 plus. Also, one of the
Man,
when
they know what was going on.
Well, and also the McNair family wanted out. They wanted out from him. They didn't want to pay him. So
I don't know if the Vikings will get him on. I don't know.
That'd be typical Vikings though, if you think about it.
Tomorrow, the game's tomorrow night.
Who play tomorrow night?
LSU versus Florida State.
Oh yeah, I'm watching Jordan Travis, our future quarterback.
Hell yeah!
I ain't lying to y'all. I'm telling y'all what it is. I'm driving to Minnesota to tell them people to draft one of them quarterbacks. I'm tired of this shit.
Get used to it, brother, because it's gonna be like this for a minute.
Man, it better fucking not be.
What you gonna do? You gonna throw away your purple and become a Lions fan?
I told you
he already is. What are you talking about? He just gonna go in the closet and wear it. That's all he gonna do.
Hey.
But look, I'm not about to even comment to that nonsense. Like, what the fuck? Like,
hey, Yogi. So what's up? What's your opinion on Shedeur Sanders first game?
He was looking good today. I need to see more from him, but man,
yeah, you got to see more from him. He's got Nebraska next week, so that's another 500 yards.
Man, Shedeur Sanders is who he is, man. He that guy, bro. We're gonna see this shit all year, man.
We're gonna see more.
Yeah,
Greg Joseph is gonna have to give up that number 1.
That boy coming to Minnesota.
Bo Nix.
I don't know though. I don't want man. I wouldn't mind them. I just don't want the other stuff in the background, man. I don't want Dion and none of that stuff. Like I don't think Dion
will be vocal. Dion's got his own stuff to worry about. I don't think he'll be.
Man, knowing Dion, he'd quit Colorado and be like, I'm going there with my son. And we gotta worry about
bring him here. Hold on. I got that. Hold on, I got something. What if we draft Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders becomes the head coach?
No.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Now, this is where it gets. This is where it gets tricky. Because I'll tell you what. Right now, you're going to have some openings next year. One of them is going to be the Chargers, and it could be the Rams. Both those LA teams could be opening up.
Both one LA team and one San Diego.
Deion's going to be a head coach in the NFL. You know,
he wants to be a coach in the NFL. I can almost with KOC. I don't know how married he is to us.
I can see it.
He could go back to LA because he's an LA guy. He could. If
we could trade KOC to LA for Aaron Donald right now.
My boy Yogi been drinking.
Let's do it.
Look at him.
Okay. We need to
go to LA right now.
No,
I'll take him right now. Let's go. Let's do it.
No, it's time to mute Yogi. He's that's
you wouldn't
KOC. That ice cream cone gave you brain freeze, brother.
This is a company.
I would say yes to Aaron Donald in a heartbeat if he wasn't coming off all the injuries.
Dad, why you doing me like that, bro?
He's talked about retiring too.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, he's been talking about that.
He's talked about retiring.
What else is left for him to do?
He got a ring. That's all it takes.
He got one before my man bum ass in San Francisco. What is his name? Kyle Shanahan.
Shanahan has another one that could be leaving here soon.
Let's get Deion Sanders in here, y'all.
No, Deion about to go crazy in college, bro. He ain't about to leave. He ain't about to
leave
if
in college and go right to the NFL.
What's going to happen now, especially now that you've got the transfer portal, Colorado, as long as Deion's there, is going to have a ton of players hitting that transfer portal to go play for him. A ton of players.
Mateo, if you like checking down, then yeah, but Bo Nix is better than Greg Mack.
I like Bo Nix. I don't know what's
Bo
up with
Nix
the
not
hate
better
for
than
Bo Nix.
Shadarius Sanders or Jordan Travis.
We don't know that yet.
We don't know
How?
that. Why?
Listen,
How you know that?
Hey, look.
Here's
Hey,
Sadur.
look, can I ask y'all a question though? And I really want to know this though. Why y'all got so much talking about we need to see more for Sanders? I need to see more for Bo Nix. Sanders played good everywhere he was at.
Yeah, but
And
it's,
Sanders
Yeah,
said,
but
okay,
Sanders is playing better competition now.
but look, Sanders said this shit today. I never threw for these many passing yards in HBCU in my whole career.
He's not in HBCU anymore.
Exactly.
He's in a major school. He's playing major schools.
Right. And he threw for 500 yards today.
I just think though, like at the
But
end
it's
of the day,
one game.
It's one game. We shouldn't get too high.
Here's another thing too. It's one game. It's one game. Plus now teams got film on him.
Yeah.
Teams got film on him. They got film on Colorado.
What's his next game?
So what? Nebraska. He's got Nebraska next. He gonna light Nebraska up like a Christmas tree.
But you got film on what? The boy can throw the ball and the boy is mobile. You can
defense that. That can be defensed. It can. It can be defensed. Trust me. Just because you mobile and can throw the ball don't mean you're gonna have success. How many modes we done seen? Now, he can throw the ball, he can run, he's agile, he's this, he's that, and still don't make it.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. David was the one who put the Sanders shit in my ear 3 months ago or 4 months ago when I ran with that video.
We gonna see. Let's just
let Sanders play out the year. What is he? What is he? A junior or a senior?
He could go back if he wants to.
What is he?
He played 3 years at Jackson State, so I don't know what the fuck he is.
He might be a senior then.
No, he played 2. I think he played 2 for Jackson State.
Well, if he does good this year, he'll declare eligible.
I just see Justin the link on Twitter.
Hey Justin, the link is on Twitter, bro.
It's from me.
He's probably there.
Yeah, check your link.
Right now for me, it's Shadarius Sanders and then Bo Nix.
Since there's so many people, look on the bottom part underneath. Sometimes they'll show his camera down there to add people.
No, it ain't down there though. No, he ain't down there.
He ain't even look at the message.
That boy said to throw the ball on the buddy down the field, man. Y'all tripping. You can't coach that shit.
I like Sanders. I pick him.
Man, Sanders in Minnesota, man. I don't care what D Woods or Yogi or Tony Bell talking about, man.
Wait. Who told you I didn't want? Who told you I didn't want Sanders? Who told you I didn't want Sanders? Who told you I didn't want Sanders?
All he's saying is we want to see.
I just want to see more out of him.
I figured it out on my phone.
If you want to see more, go to the strip club.
The only Sanders I want to
see
is Colonel Sanders. Okay. Sorry, I've been
the question is, will the Minnesota Vikings actually draft a quarterback in the first round? That's the big question.
They're gonna have
what we want. Will they draft a quarterback in the first round?
Go ahead, Justin. Answer that.
Which one? Where should I start?
Start from the beginning. That always helps.
All right, from the beginning, the Vikings will go 10-7 or 11-6.
Okay,
that's what I said.
I'll go through real quick. No, I ain't gonna go through real quick because the curmudgeon and the punk will be out in the next couple of days, so you got to go watch the video and see how that turns out. But I'm gonna say for real, 10, maybe 11. I think the defense is actually going to take a decent step. But I agree, and I said this in a podcast that I did yesterday for today. This interior O-line is going to be the death of us, and it's kind of a shame because
you want the link?
At the end of the day, to me, you see a glaring weakness and you don't address it. It's like last year after the Buffalo game, we're kind of like, Ed Donatel might need to, do something. We may need to do something different. Then we got blown out by Dallas 40-3. Now we came back and beat New England 4 days later, but during that mini bye, they should have made a change at D coordinator, and they didn't.
There you go.
And
David.
It's just like, how do you not see this issue on your offensive line and not do anything about it?
The link in the comment section.
Yep.
Yo, man, you got to change that background, though. I can't have JJ's pictures like staring at me like that. It keeps distracting me anyway. But jokes aside, Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins? I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. It's a lateral move either way. Okay, so you can make the argument. Well, Kyler's younger. Okay, Kyler's more mobile. Okay, Kirk's more accurate. Okay. Yeah, Kirk has a higher floor than Kyler does. Kyler's got a lower floor. Kyler might have a higher ceiling. We don't know.
Who the fuck is that?
Say what?
What?
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
What?
Who had the picture?
You did. You got control of this.
I ain't had no
Yo,
You hit overlay. You hit overlay. That's an overlay.
That's an overlay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yogi did that
Yogi,
shit.
you need to get up in here and get control of this. Let Zoe in charge of this. Man.
I ain't do that.
You're the only one who has control.
yo, I thought it was
Hey,
two
get that
times.
dude
I thought
off
it
of
was two
here,
times.
man.
What's the rapper from New York? I thought it was 2 times. What's the boy's name, man?
Hey Yogi, who you just add on here? Who the hell is that?
I said, what in the world?
It's still right there though.
That wasn't me. I ain't get shit. My hand ain't even on the keyboard.
Hey, you just trying to cover Justin up. He's trying to make
I know,
a point.
right?
He's
Thank
just
you,
trying to cover. I
thank
see how you play. You play dirty, Zoda. You play dirty, man.
Me? I ain't do that shit. Overlay. I don't know shit, but
Oh,
look.
oh,
That's
no,
Yogi, dog. Yogi doing that shit.
All right.
That's Yogi. Y'all blaming me.
No.
Me, I owe
Who
me
was the
apology,
first
dog.
player? Who was the first player?
Who was that?
Who
Who's
was
the first one?
player,
Yogi?
Yogi?
Oh, I don't know. I'm on my phone, so I just
See,
Fat
y'all
fingers.
blaming me. Y'all owe me apology, bro. That fucked up, though. Y'all say
Well, you the one controlling. I mean, you.
my hand
controlling-
ain't on
You
the
made me
keyboard.
sit in the damn back room for 5 minutes. Don't even look down. I'm sitting there waving at you. I'm like, Justin, I sent you the link. I know. I clicked on it 5 minutes ago. You ain't looked to put me in, but that's
No,
all
your
right.
name, you ain't never pop up.
I don't know, dog. I'm gonna sit here for 5 minutes.
Man, I've
Anyway.
been waiting on you.
Like,
Go
let me
ahead,
ask you-
Justin. Finish what you saying, Justin.
I found you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this is a rhetorical question. Would you trade Kirk Cousins for Dak Prescott? You might say yes, you might say no, or you
For
might
what?
be like me and say they're the same guy. You don't really get any worse, you don't get any better. That's how I feel about Kyler. Yes, I think Kyler, there's a 5% chance that you might be able to be a little bit better with Kyler, but there's just as equal good chance that you could be way worse. And to me, if you told me I had to pick between Kirk Cousins and Kyler Murray, I'm going to say Jaron Hall because I'd rather just roll with Jaron Hall. Because I don't want Kyler Murray's 36, 38, $42 million.
Hell no.
Oh, now you change your tune.
I'd rather get a rookie quarterback.
I mean, if I only could choose one of those two, like that's literally my only choices, I would probably take Kyler on the hopes that maybe he gets with O'Connell and figures it out. But I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I don't want either one of them to. Tony, you were talking earlier about why are you talking about them re-signing Kirk for 2-3 more years?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Every
Don't
time I
start
hear
that
that,
up. Don't do that, Justin.
Dave, it's
Because Tony
been
might get blocked
it's
tonight.
been
Don't do that.
it's
Don't
been
do that.
because it's been mentioned that depending on how well the team does, if there's no other options out there, they would extend him.
There are no more options regardless of how the team does. Whether they miss the playoffs, losing the divisional
No
round,
motherfucker
losing
do.
the NFC Championship game, that doesn't change anything. There's no better option.
I
That's what
don't
they
run, Justin. I don't run the team. Okay,
No, I'm asking
I
somebody
don't
else.
run the team. This is what
I'm
they're
saying
telling
to
me.
you, who's-
This is
I'm-
here. Okay, this is what they're telling me.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens, depending
Ain't
on
no
it
money,
all,
like you said. Ain't no
it-
money for Kirk.
It is money.
it all depends on management. Bottom line is management. That's why Mark Wilf kind of washed his hands of it. He's leaving it up to Kwesi. Kwesi is ready to move on. But I don't know what kind of other option you have out there. You're going to have to get a quarterback regardless. That's the bottom line. You have to get a quarterback. I've said that before. You've said it. We've all
Right.
said it.
Here's
But
my problem.
our names are not Wilf, and our names are not whatever Miller.
That's my middle name.
They're the ones calling the shots.
That's my
Right.
middle name.
Here's my point. Here's my point about Kirk. And I don't even want to really go down this road again, but fine. if the premise is if we get rid of Kirk, we have to find somebody who's as good or better, you are going to spin your wheels for another 3 years because you're not going to find a guy instantaneously as good as Kirk or better. So there, and I'm not talking to you, Tony. I know I'm talking about the Wills. We know that. I'm just saying, like, if you had traded up and gotten Anthony Richardson, let's just say, and you let him sit for 1 year, then you can say, okay, we let him sit for a year, and we think he's going to be, whatever.
Yogi on that tip.
You can't sign Kirk again because you've got a $28.5 million dead bomb if you don't re-sign him. And if you re-sign him, you're just pushing that money out again. It's like I'm sick and tired.
This is what Will. They always
tired of kicking the can.
I got a t-shirt coming out next week, man.
And they did it again. They did it again by kicking money down the line with Hawkinson. So put it this way: we don't sign Kirk next year. We're still on the hook for some of his money.
Yep.
I don't care. I was on the team.
We're still.
I was on the team.
Okay, I didn't want him on the team in the first place, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
And let's move on, guys.
So
we get so caught up in Kirk Cousins, man. It's just the Kirk.
All
Cousins
I'm saying is,
man.
like, I'm not going
to on that, D-Wood. What's your favorite color?
You feel me?
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
What's your favorite number? Shit.
66. 66.
That like 666. I gotta watch you, TB.
Yeah.
Oh. 666 is not.
Hey, so real talk though, like which teams do y'all think coming into the season right now with all the hype is actually going to live up to it, and which teams is going to be like one of the borderline things like, dang, like they really suck as a surprise?
Buffalo Bills gonna suck.
You know what? It's
Cowboys.
I'll say KC because I'll say KC, but they've got some issues now. Chris Jones ain't signed.
KC gonna what, suck?
No, they're going to be. I think it depends. They're not going to suck, but they're going to have a drop off.
Man, they got Patrick Mahomes, man.
That's all they need at this point.
What that mean?
What that mean?
The thing. If you're on the
they lost a Super Bowl with Mahomes, right?
And they're 2-1. They got
went to the Super Bowl though. So let me ask you, TB. If they make a Super Bowl and lose, is that a down year?
Yeah, because you know why? You know why it is a down year? Because their expectations are higher. Their expectations are to win it every year.
I get you.
Tony, hold on. So, a down year for them is not making their break even point is the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
Right. That's crazy.
So if they get to the Super Bowl and lose, that's not a down year. A down year is losing in the divisional round.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, I can't say Super Bowl loss a down year. That's come on.
No,
we would take that.
I'll take that any day. I'll take it to the bank.
I took it 4 times. I took it 4 times.
Yo, Case Keenum or Kirk Cousins?
No more Kirk Cousins, man.
Yeah,
no more Kirk.
No more Kirk Cousins.
Oh my bad. I'm reading the chat, and I'm just like,
hey, everybody in the chat, we moving on. We talking about surprise teams, disappointment teams. Ooh. We ain't talking about Kirk Cousins now, man.
I
Kirk
think
Cousins
if the Vikings won 12, if the Vikings won 11 or 12 games, that's a surprise team because everybody thinking we're gonna fall off. If they won 11 games, that's a surprise team based on where the media is putting us right now.
I'm gonna tell you our surprise team for real though. The Atlanta Falcons in the NFC South for real.
Nope.
Why do you say that?
No fucking running backs.
Oh, okay.
My boy Jamal.
Surprise team, they're gonna suck. They're not gonna be good. Okay.
But the NFC South not good though.
The NFC South isn't good as a whole.
Games last year.
Yeah, that division's not very good.
All right. How about this, y'all? How about since we did the schedule? How about we break down division leaders? Who's gonna be in the playoffs right now? See what everybody else thinks.
Go ahead, do it.
Let's do it.
All right. San Francisco, Minnesota,
AFC West. AFC West. Who y'all got?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Right? I know, right? I should just why is it even called the AFC? Which is called Kansas City's division.
Used to be the Raiders division.
Back in the day.
All right, AFC
back
South.
Back in the day, TB.
AFC South, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
AFC East.
It's going to be a battle between the Bills and the Jets. It's going to be a battle.
I got the Jets.
I'm going to say
the Jets.
I'm going to say Jets win the division. Jets win the division.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. AFC South.
You said South. You mean
South.
North?
I missed North. Yeah, North.
I got
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson gonna go crazy.
I think Lamar might be MVP this year.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Okay.
Y'all know what y'all need to do for real? And get on FanDuel and bet the same bet we talking right now.
Nah, man, I'm not taking the betting advice. You just lost this week. You lost
Yeah.
today.
Why are we listening to you?
you trying to give us betting
Yeah,
advice.
you give us betting advice.
Call Zoe at 888 in the Zone Podcast. For only $100, I'll give you a bunch of picks. And if you lose, I'll give you the rest of the year for free.
Oh my God.
Hey, players,
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. That was some
No.
funny shit right there. That was funny.
Crazy. Yo, this is crazy.
I'm gonna say look out for Pittsburgh. They're gonna be better this year than last year. The division, I'm giving it to Cincinnati.
I'm saying Baltimore. I think
Baltimore.
Lamar
say
got
this.
weapons now. If
I
he
think
stay
they're going to
healthy,
have three teams
Odell
in the
Beckham.
playoffs. They'll have
What'd you
three
say,
teams in the
Justin?
playoffs. Cincinnati,
Teams?
Baltimore, and Pittsburgh will all go to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they're all gonna make the playoffs.
Huh?
Yep, they're all gonna make the playoffs.
Man, fuck no.
So,
y'all
hey,
tripping.
so Justin, so that means the Chargers ain't gonna make it. So that means they coach fired.
Who?
Yes.
Chargers?
Chargers.
Hey, man,
Yeah, he's gone.
Hey,
Yeah, he
No,
said
he's totally
he said
gone.
all three in the North. Three in the
No.
North.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Stefanski's gone with Cleveland?
They all gonna be gone if
Cleveland-
they don't
no,
make the playoffs.
he ain't getting fired.
San
You talking
Diego,
about? Are you talking about the Chargers or the Browns?
the
Yeah.
Chargers.
You talking about the
Yeah.
Chargers?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you said that making the playoffs is three wild card teams, right? So
No, Cincinnati gonna
No,
win the division.
Cincinnati wins the
Baltimore
division.
And Pittsburgh will get two
so
of the
we
wild cards.
got one more. Who making the playoffs out of everybody else? It ain't gonna be San Diego.
Buffalo or Miami?
Well, whoever. Okay, I'm gonna say.
The
here's what
Jets?
I'll say it like this.
I got the Jets winning the division.
Yeah, I got Justin.
And the Bills will go to the playoffs. One will be the wild card. One will be the division winner. So,
So that-
yes, the West
San
is
Diego
only
not
going to have
there.
Kansas City, and the
Yep.
South is only going to have Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So that means Cleveland is gonna clean house and San Diego will clean house because they're not making the
I
playoffs.
don't think Cleveland.
Definitely
is, though,
Cleveland.
for real.
Definitely
San Diego.
I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
about Cleveland. They like that dude. They like.
They like Stefanski.
We
Yeah.
did too, but we never gave them a job.
Yes, because we won one playoff game.
We won one playoff game.
Yeah.
We still
So let's
ain't
go
won
to
one
the
playoff game.
NFC East.
The Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles,
NFC West.
Niners,
It's not close.
NFC
Niners.
South.
The
New
the
Orleans.
Saints.
Saints.
You know what? I'm gonna say Atlanta.
You
Really?
just said what? Hold on, wait. I said Atlanta was a prime team. You,
I didn't say nothing about Atlanta, dude.
What up,
You
dude?
got me confused with everybody else.
okay?
It's cool. It's cool. We just hypothetically speaking, you can change it whenever you want.
What
to.
the hell is he doing? What the hell is he doing on TV? All three
right.
he gave me today.
NFC
Hey man,
North.
I was about to tell Justin,
Oh,
you
man.
think that
White
picture
Nation,
of
man.
Jefferson's blinding you? You should see that Bart Starr picture Tony has back.
Oh God!
What
It's
up, my
green
guy
and
David?
gold galore.
Or Dave.
I was
He's
listening in the
claiming
car.
it's some
So
Lars.
what
There
did
you
I
go. Look
miss?
at that. Look at that Bart Starr shot. Look at that thing. Look.
Yeah, you see Gary Larson in the picture.
Okay, now I get it. All right.
We barely see him.
Well, so you have blind anyway because of what you smoking, so your word don't count.
Hey man, I don't have Packer nothing in my house, man.
Talk to him, Davey.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, hold on
No
now.
cheese head. None of that stuff. None of that Packer stuff, man.
So, a
Well,
year
first
and
of
a half-
all, here's the deal. I have no problem with the Packers as an organization. I respect their history, blah,
that's the
blah,
other thing I was
blah.
going to talk about. Yes,
But-
I remember.
Their fan base is another story.
Baltimore all day.
Their fan base, the Packer fan base, is another story because they're a bunch of idiots. But I have no problem with the Packers' history, their team history, or anything like that. Their legacy, nothing. The
Well,
fans
now,
are another
you
story.
You know the Packers have our NFL title.
I've known that since I was 7, Dave.
Yeah, all
And
right.
so we haven't won anything since.
Well,
it.
but here's the thing. But here's the thing, though. It should have been It should have been with Baltimore first because they won it before us. And Green Bay decided to hoard it. They didn't give it back.
Yep. And they say it's a duplicate, but they say
no, that's the real trophy.
If it's
that's the real
why
trophy.
Why are the Colts not on the trophy either, right? So
exactly.
I think we got to get Aaron Rodgers to go in there and get our damn trophy because we were the last ones to win that damn trophy. And that's his anointment to come in here and play 1 year with us next year.
What is it?
Here we go.
Okay, you know what?
2.0.
You know what? Okay. Let's
go.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, I got a sick kid. I'm piecing out on that one, man.
Hey, Zoe, how does that mute button work?
Hey man, anybody but Kirk. That's
who you
my
want me to
battle
mute?
cry. Anybody.
Hey,
but
I remember
Kirk.
you was on here not too long ago, and you were saying the same thing. Anybody else but Kirk, and I was, looking at the other camps or whatever. Half them dudes can't even throw the ball.
I feel them. Fuck Kirk Cousins. Shit.
I don't like quarterbacks that throw laser bullets to make up for their late reads like Kirko does. He got better at it last year, but the years prior he would throw those laser balls about 8 inches behind their ear hole, blow out a leg, or reach back by their ankle like Stephon Diggs would do. I like guys who can throw a nice frisbee ball, the kind that dogs go out and get.
Like Sanders.
Ain't nothing. Yes, thank you. Just like Sanders. Exactly.
You my God. Hey, Davey, that's why me and you like this. They don't know. They lost in the
don't say they don't know. I've been saying
that.
You know what's all
5 or pick 42. Why the hell wouldn't you? Why are we moving up for a guy who's not that guy when the guy that is that guy will fall right in our laps? Just identify the best player and move on. AR-15 was the best player last year. That concerns me because we said we wanted to move up and get the guy from Carolina who I already seen throw enough to go, I don't think he's going to cut it, guys.
I don't think quarterbacks.
I don't think the Carolina kid's going to cut it. He's throwing the ball in the ground.
Who was the Carolina kid?
Because when he gets
Bryce
hit,
Young.
he gets lit up.
Bryce Young.
Yeah, he's 150 pounds,
Yeah.
I saw.
No, I wanted Richardson so bad, dinner. I was right there with you.
Right? And look,
I ain't like none of these quarterbacks coming out.
If Richardson was on this team right now, he would help this team as much as Jordan Addison would by virtue of quarterback sneaks and some red zone plays and shotgun. Hell, he would score just as many or more touchdowns than Addie's going to get this year.
But can he throw the ball, though?
He can throw a deep ball, but he does.
Can he play defense?
Can he play guard?
Can he play guard?
Time of position is defense. Time of possession.
Hey, man, we need to get what's name here, man. What Davey at?
Which Davey?
Dude who got that
in terms of the guard,
hold on, you guys.
Will just avoid that nose tackle that beats the guard. They just get out of the way. People think, oh no, the guards can't block. No, Kirko can't get the hell out of the way, man.
I said I was talking to Dave from First and Skull last night on the phone, and
you talking?
I said, Luft. Hey, everybody, Grandpa Dave from First and Skull.
That's who I want on here, man. Ask him get in, Justin, for real. Ask him, can he get in?
He's a big Kirko stand, man.
No, he told me the offensive line. He told me don't worry about the offensive line a couple months ago. Get him in here, Justin. Tell him to tap in.
I'll shoot him a message when I'm done. But all I'll say is my point is that we now have 11 years of Kirk as a starter. And the Vikings have had 2 general managers, and the Washington teams had another crack. At some point, stop saying, well, Kirk's general managers never put a good guard in front of him. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe he makes his offensive line look worse the way Tom Brady and Peyton Manning made their offensive lines look better. Maybe. I'm just saying. And that's not Kirk hate. That's just reality. The reality is we've tried 10 different things. Now, yes, part of the reason the guards have been terrible is because Zimmer had to have all of his defensive players, and then Spielman had to have Cousins because he couldn't draft a quarterback. All of a sudden, there's no money left over.
It was a battle of egos.
Well, now let's keep it real. Okay, our guards and centers represent a second round, a first round, and a second round pick.
Doesn't matter. They suck.
They're terrible.
I agree.
They suck.
I agree.
Okay, bottom line, they suck.
Here's the thing. Most
they
offensive
suck.
linemen, unless they're tackles, you got to give them a year or 2 to develop.
Oh, I'm all
That's
for
why
Ingram.
you
give Ingram time.
Yeah, you signed You signed.
That's why I'm not as hard on Ingram. Okay,
Right.
you ain't got no excuse for Bradbury in Cleveland. Only thing you got for
Correct.
Cleveland is he's playing out of position. What's Bradbury's problem?
He
He
not
sucks.
that strong.
Thank you.
He's
He
not that
sucks.
strong.
No, he sucks. Period.
But
he sucks.
just keep in mind, pointing the finger at those two guys is really pointing the finger at Kwesi and KOC.
No, that's
You
pointing.
have an
That's pointing the
illiterate
finger.
quarterback
That's pointing the
with
finger
no
at
pocket
Spielman.
presence, and you don't fix the problem.
Well, and here's another thing too.
And Spielman.
Who the hell has been the offensive line coaches these last two regimes that
That's
they've
another thing that
never
Dave brought up.
fixed it?
That's another
It's
thing
never
Dave
been
brought
fixed. We haven't had good offensive line plays since what?
up. 09.
Yeah.
We had a good run blocking line the year that Peterson got 2,000, but we haven't had a good pass blocking line.
We haven't had a
since
good
09.
pass blocking line since then. It's like, and that,
Yeah.
okay, how much of that falls on scouting and how much of that falls on coaching? A lot of it falls on coaching.
Yep.
A lot. Of it.
But to your point, to a point that was made earlier, and again, I understand D Woods wanting to move on. All I'm going to say is Case Keenum had the same bullshit 2017. That we didn't have some great offensive line.
No, he actually looked pretty good.
He doesn't have the arm strength or the accuracy as Cousins, but he also knows on occasion how to move around in the pocket. Now, yes, go ahead and bring up that in Philly, the wheels fell apart and he was under pressure and he couldn't do anything about it. That's fine. But y'all want to give Kirk all the excuses about a bad offensive line play. Case played behind the same offensive line and at least managed to get to the NFC champ. At least managed to. So,
and like I said before, with as many quarterbacks as the Washington franchise has been through since Kirk Cousins, what's the one thing you're not hearing Washington fans say?
We should have kept Kirk.
Sure wish we would have kept Kirk.
Yeah. You don't hear that.
I'm over Kirk though. I'm over
What's
And
JJ
I mean,
going to look
honestly-
like on a broken play with a quarterback rolling away, pointing
Yes.
to open space?
That's
We
almost
haven't
every
seen
play.
that either.
That's almost every play.
Not with Kirk.
Not with
Hell
Kirk,
no,
it's not.
it ain't with Kirk. Kirk
No, not with Kirk.
Kirk
Kirk will take the sack as soon as the pressure's there. It don't even have to be there. He'll curl up into fetal position, and the play is over.
That's why I told you all earlier.
He doesn't try to extend the play.
I wouldn't bring Kyler Murray in here. I would just roll with Jaron Hall. Because Jaron Hall making no money for the next 3 years after this year.
That's
Kyler Murray
true.
making $38 million a year. And
And
I'm
you
not
get-
saying that Jaron Hall's going to be better. I'm just saying I'd rather find out.
You might find out this year. You might find out after week 2.
I don't. First of all, I don't like to.
Kirk plant leg.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't like the
every
matchup.
morning.
I don't like the matchup on Sunday. Vita Vea and Bradbury. I don't like that at all. That's going to be ugly.
Yeah, Josh Oliver
He-
better just hang out right behind, right there.
Yeah, he needs to be
Don't
right
even
there
bother.
behind him.
What's up, Chris? For real? How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's going to be. I hope not, and put it this way: Kirk's getting older. It does not mean these hits are going to start taking its effect on him.
Yeah, they're gonna start accumulating.
Yep.
I
They're
mean,
gonna-
props to Kirk Cousins for all the hits he took last year and the fact that he didn't miss no time. But at some point, this dude just turned 35. He can't keep taking a pounding like that, nor can he get out of the way. So
Yeah, so it's. I mean, and Tampa Bay's defense ain't no joke.
spot on, Zed. Spot on, Zed.
So I
to the
mean,
O line.
yeah, definitely. But once again, you.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You
Oh,
good,
D Wood,
bro.
sorry, man.
Get the kids together.
All right, get your kid taken care of.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, get your kids together, bro.
Shit.
Well, here's the funny
Ain't no
part.
thing, dog. Ain't no thing.
What's his name? I mean, they want as much as we want Dalton Reisner up here.
Mhm.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to. He's got to. If the best, as soon as he can start is probably, well, depending on when they sign him,
Week 3.
3 or 4.
Right.
I said this I've said this on my video and a couple of lives. I wanted Dalton Reisner in here right into camp so that he can get acclimated with the rest of the offensive
Yeah.
linemen, get acclimated with Kirk Cousins and hearing his cadence so that he doesn't false start, getting the checks, getting the playbook, blocking schemes. Because let's say you bring him in Monday after week 1 so you don't have to guarantee his contract. You got a game 3 days later in Philly.
Yeah.
You're gonna have one practice and one walkthrough.
Now
You're
here's
gonna
where
debut him then.
here's-
No, then you're really at week 3.
here's where you can give heat to the Viking coaches and Viking management. You brought him in here, and if your sticking point was him starting in money, that's on you. You brought him in here and you let him leave without a contract.
Right.
Because
That's-
his agent
that's
would have
on you.
told you what his ballpark was before taking the meeting.
Exactly.
You don't take the
Exactly.
meeting and then say, okay, so let's start talking. You knew how much money he wanted.
They knew all along.
Yes.
And they also they know how in dire need they are of a starting guard.
Yes.
But yet this is where KOC's softness is a problem. He didn't want
Is
to
it
give
his
him
softness or is it Kwesi
it's a KOC decision on who starts.
okay, but what I'm saying is it Kwesi saying I'm going to be penny wise and do the smart analytical Moneyball thing and say I'll wait till week 1 is done so that I don't have to write a guaranteed contract? I don't mind being penny wise most of the time. I don't mind being smart about being conservative and fiscally responsible with your salary cap. But this is like one instance where it's just like, don't be penny wise and be dollar stupid.
This is what
You
I'm
think
saying.
Exactly.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. If you're penny wise to this and it comes back and bites you in the ass with Kirk getting hurt,
Yep.
okay, that
Woo.
changes the whole story.
Week
Yeah.
2.
Okay, if you want to win, bottom line, if you want to win,
Talk
you
that talk.
do whatever it takes. You get the best players in here. You put them on the field. You put a game plan together. You go out there and you win. You prove to the fans you want to win. Not this, well, we'd love to do it, but we have to really check the calculator and see what kind of numbers we come up with before we can even think about giving you a starting job. And as far as being a starter, we got this guy right here who we really like. So we'll bring you in. We'll see how you are with the team in the locker room. And if it doesn't mesh, oh well, you're free to talk to somebody else. It was nice talking to you. See you later. No, fuck that. Excuse my language.
No,
You
I
get
said
him-
the same
You
thing.
get him. You get him in here. You sign his ass. You give
I said
him.
the same thing. Why do you
See how
bring
much
back
better
the
you are when that Bart Starr picture's off your wall?
So help me God,
but what
Dave.
did I
Don't let
say?
me find out where you live.
No, I said the same thing. If you're gonna bring back Daniil Hunter, because you could have traded Daniil Hunter,
You could have traded Daniil.
but you said no. We're bringing him back because we need him and we want to be competitive this year. If you're gonna bring back Daniil Hunter, if you're gonna bring back Harrison Smith because he took a pay cut and even gave him the option, and you're gonna bring in Brian Flores, why are you making all of these moves that say, "Hey, no, we're trying," but then you don't fix the biggest area of weakness on your offense? I don't get it.
Oh, and matter of fact, you put more money into the problem. You re-signed Bradbury.
That too. That too.
I
don't know. You said something a couple weeks ago that maybe they're not addressing the offensive line because maybe they're sort of silently trying to sabotage Kirk so that they can finally convince the Wilfs to move off of him if he doesn't get past a certain point. I mean, didn't you
I
say
did
that
say
a few
that.
weeks ago?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Yep, I did. But I mean, if the bottom line is winning, you shouldn't be worried about that.
No.
Right.
That's what I say. This
Yeah.
competitive rebuild is bullshit. Half in, half out. Get all the way in or take a step back.
Facts.
But see what happened last year, unfortunately, and this is what's going to screw up. This is what's going to screw up KOC.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he won 13 games screws with him bad. If he doesn't reach that, if he's like I said, if he's like a 7-10 or an 8-9, they're all of a sudden they're going to be on him because you were 13-4 the week last year. What happened this year? They shouldn't have been 13-4 that year either.
They, like you said, they wanted to prove that Mike Zimmer was all of the problem.
They wanted to prove Mike Zimmer was a problem. Now that they got their proof that it was Zimmer, they can walk. The Wilfs and Miller can walk away and give all the BS to the scapegoats, KLC and Kwesi.
If we sure it wasn't Zimmer, because the Vikings ain't win no damn playoff game last year.
What do you mean?
Right. They
ain't do shit. They just won the division.
No, they won the division, which is more than Zimmer did the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think KOC is a good coach, and I'm not off the Kwesi train by any means, but he's had 2 drafts, okay? And
yeah,
what fixes all of this is simply drafting dogs. and I ain't seeing a lot of dogs coming through that door. No,
Well, they're dogs in college, but when they're dogs in college, when they get to the pros, for some reason they need to put bubble wrap on these mothers because they get hurt all the damn time.
That because he drafting players who he shouldn't have fucking drafted where he drafting them at.
Yep.
Like, why the fuck I'm taking Andrew Booth in the second round if he was injury prone in college?
And and they knew about his injury concern. They
Yes,
knew about his in
yeah.
college. They knew. If they
Like
didn't
Lewis
know,
said, like Lewis said, why am I trading down and I'm not getting a first round pick in the next year draft?
And I'm going to tell you something. That made no sense to me. And considering Kwesi said who he wanted was Jamison Williams.
Then look though. Then on the back end is you sent a second round draft pick to Detroit for TJ Hawkinson, where you could have stayed put in this year's draft and drafted a damn tight end in the second round.
Not only tight end draft in like 20 years.
Yeah,
and not only that, he made the cardinal error. Any GM will tell you this: past, present, future. You don't trade in your division. He did 2 of them.
He did it 3 times.
No, he did it twice.
Detroit. No, he's talking about with the Hawkinson trade.
Oh, 3 times.
Yeah, like
I only count Green Bay twice. I only count Detroit twice because it was Detroit. But you don't trade in your division.
No, for what?
Or if you do, you get a premium in return.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't. Okay, you got to pay. If that trade with Detroit from 12 to 32 plus all that other stuff was a non-division team, it would have been a slightly bad return.
Yeah.
Being that it was a division team makes it worse. When you trade with your own division, you got to pay a tax. You got to pay a premium. So,
what did they pay? They ain't pay shit.
No.
So why
they got a deal?
trade?
They got a deal.
They got a deal.
That was dumb as hell. I hated that.
Y'all.
That part we all agree on.
All right, Mike.
But I gotta run too, boys. So Ditter, you hold down the fort. You and Tony hash it out here a little bit.
No problem. I got his ass.
For anybody that's still in the chat, me and Rap will be on tomorrow at 8. So come check us out like you always do. And if y'all ain't subscribed to Purple Pocket Podcast, you ain't subscribed to Purple and Gopher Days, hit me up. Just past 725. Trying to get up to 1,000 by the end of the month. Help me out. As always, leave comments and hit the like buttons on all the channels for this show here on Zone, on Mike Sports Vibe, and on Purple Rain 247. Dinner, was a pleasure talking to you. As always, I will see y'all later. Catch all your.
Right,
later. Did Yogi tell you what we're gonna call your show now? We're gonna call it the Barbershop.
No.
Because it's just like coming in and hanging out at the barbershop.
Straight up, hell yeah.
But anyway, y'all have a good night.
All right, Jay.
Later.
Now, Zoe, I like your take on Atlanta. I think that they're a sleeping giant as well, because like what I want to do with quarterback and play money ball in that position, which means having a mobile quarterback run full RPO and run him out of a second contract, have 4 or 5 of them on your team. All right, that's my premise. The Atlanta Falcons have figured out we're one of the best running teams in the league last year with Algier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take number 8 pick overall and get the running back that's the next greatest thing since Adrian Peterson, apparently. And let's run the ball in a league where nobody wants to tackle.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're going to run the ball. So Ritter doesn't have to put the team on his shoulders and win it. They're going to pound the ball, and they got an offensive line.
And when he does make timely throws, who's he throwing to? Kyle Pitts
or Drake
right?
London. Yeah, Drake London. And don't forget,
like 98 all over again, guys.
They still got Cordero who can come out of the backfield and in the slot and whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, they loaded over there.
You know, if they could be, they're going to be the surprise. That's also my girls' team, so
yeah,
they're going to be the surprise.
Yeah, I said that shit, and they were acting crazy. But the Vikings, man, got to find them a fucking quarterback, man. Like,
well, now it's pretty much it's coming down to
you got to find a quarterback.
You got to find a quarterback. You can't put it off anymore. And I think KOC and Kwesi got 2 years left on their contracts, so they're gonna want to get a quarterback.
Yeah, like at some point you're like, damn, my time comes to the end. Why not draft a quarterback? Fuck it.
Yeah,
At
you're
the end
gonna
of the day,
you're
shit,
gonna
I
have
might
to.
get, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I might get fired or I might not even get a new contract. So fuck it.
Well,
We talk-
one thing Zimmer did said, he did say that signing Kirk Cousins could cost him his job. He was right.
Yeah, I agree with him
He
because
was right.
Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
in Washington wasn't cut like that. So why would you even go out and get Kirk Cousins? I would love when they did that.
And that was only because they had excuse my language, they had a pissing match in the Vikings front office between Zimmer and Spielman. That's all it was.
Yeah, like,
That's
but
all
Kirk
it was.
Cousins wasn't shit in Washington for real.
You know you're bad when Jay Gruden don't like you.
Yeah, like then Kyle Shanahan never once tried to trade for Kirk Cousins.
No, that ought to tell you a lot right there.
Exactly. Like, why do we still have Kirk on the team? That's why I respect Chicago and Green Bay so much. Because they trying to see what they have in their young quarterback so they can move forward.
Because we unfortunately, Green Bay doesn't have a true ownership. The fans own it.
Right.
Chicago decided to let the general manager blow up the team, which he did, which we weren't going to let him do. The owners up here do not want anything to screw up their ticket sales.
But you blew a golden opportunity to competitively rebuild correctly, which is move up to 3, get AR-15, and let him sit behind Kirk all year and digest his environment, his coach, learn maybe the throwing motion, get the elbow up kid, get some plays for him with 4th and short and some goal line red zone plays. You know, we missed the only value Kirk has for this team, in my opinion, is time. And that's time given to a quarterback to acclimate. Now, if you want to hang your hat on Jaron Hall to be that guy, then go ahead and do it. But I would have felt much better having AR-15 here for a year going, 2024 is going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun.
Hey, look, David.
No, Bob, I'm not writing off Jaron. I'm not writing off Jalen Hall at all. I'm not writing him off.
No, but look though, David. Hey, David. See what Tony was saying. You saying moving up to the 3rd pick to get AR, right?
Yep.
And I disagree because I don't like none of these quarterbacks coming out. So I was saying we could move up in this year's draft and get us a quarterback.
Well, I get that, but the problem is the top 2 picks at that in this year's draft, no one's going to trade their pick.
No.
Last year was weird because the Cardinals were willing to trade their pick.
So hey, David. So top 2 pick. Who you think? So which quarterback you think going 1 and 2? Caleb Williams and who? About Drake May, Bo Nixon.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the order is, I don't want any of them. I want
as long as they stay consistent this year, and one of them doesn't drop off, they could be 1 and 2.
David, all I was saying was the Minnesota Vikings. Let's say we win the division. We had picked 22 or 23 or whatever the case might be.
Yep.
We had picked 23. We could move up to spot number 10 and get our quarterback that we want.
Yeah, but you have to find a team that's willing to do that.
If that team, like, it depends, like you said, or you could move to number 9. Whatever the case might be. Like, you
right now, as it stands, pick 3 would have cost us Danielle Hunter and Addison. And I'm all in on that right now. Pick 3 for Addison and Danielle Hunter.
I don't like these quarterbacks though.
I wasn't big on these quarterbacks this year.
These quarterbacks right now, David, none of these quarterbacks gonna be a franchise quarterback in the NFL for real.
You're gonna have to watch Colt games this year, man, because that kid is gonna be special. And that coach.
So. Oh God, I gotta watch Colt games. Are you serious?
I ain't got no faith in AR for real. I know he's nice.
Who is he throwing to? Who is he throwing to?
Exactly.
Besides Pierce.
Targets.
No, they don't.
Not much of a thrower though. He's not very good at the intermittent throw.
Here's what I will give the Colts. They got a better offensive line. Other than that, you don't have Jonathan Taylor, and your wide receiver. You got Aaron Pierce. I think he was their draft choice, and Pittman. That don't set the world on fire.
No, I get you, but I'm talking about the quarterback. Okay, the number 1 overall pick for Carolina, I think, is going to be a bust. He's too small,
Me too.
And the hits are affecting his throwing ability. He's putting a lot of balls in the dirt. I don't blame him because the 2 hits he took in the preseason against the Jets, I thought the guy was going to die. I mean, there were 2 hits.
And a lot of these
went back 5 yards, and the dude landed on him and said, "That guy's dead."
And many
But look,
quarterbacks never got hit in college, so now they're getting hit, and they're not
and
used to
David,
that.
I said
And
Carolina
that
should
plays
have
with the
waited.
mental.
I said Carolina should have waited a year to do that trade. Like he could. Well, to me, it was no quarterback that was worth going number 1 overall draft pick.
You might be right, Zoe, but here's my point. If we were willing to move up for a 150-pound kid who I believe is a bust off of watching 10 plays, and that's usually where I make decisions on guys. 10 plays, all I need. All right. If you're willing to move up for him but not AR-15, who's to say that Shedeur Sanders, the best quarterback in next year's draft, by the way, you heard it here, okay? He better than all of them.
Yeah, you
dogs.
like him.
He number 1.
You
all right?
put me on him
He
for real.
falls right in our lap at pick 25, and then we pass on him.
Oh, then that's on management. That's on management.
To us in the second round, we don't know if he's a second round talent. Just because the NFL deems something doesn't mean they're right, right?
Right, I feel you.
This
So
Shedeur is a freaking dog, man.
If Shedeur has a game every week like he did today, he's a top 5 pick.
They got him as a second round talent right now, and if they need games to bump him up, I already know enough about the league in terms of their evaluation of talent because
I would put him
at Jackson State,
and I would put him top 5 because of his pedigree.
But look, you know what's crazy though?
That's the whole thing.
Like I feel you on the AR-15 trade. If our coaching staff could coach them up, I feel you on that. I feel you on that though.
That's another question I got.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel you, but
yeah.
At this point, I don't have no faith in the coaching staff for real. Like, cause Minnesota Vikings, the last 5 or 10 years, we ain't developed players well. That's our problem now. The Minnesota Vikings, outside of JJ and Christian Darrisaw, the Vikings had no trade capital who they could trade any players for sure on defense. We ain't got no player we could trade for draft capital.
We could have traded Daniil and they didn't.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been said trade Daniil for some trade capital.
But we don't have anything right now. This defense is basically bargain basement. You're expecting Brian Flores to put together a top defense with basically Dollar Tree players.
I think he's going to put a top defense together this year. That's why I got us at 11-7, whether Kirk plays the whole year or not.
I think here's the thing. If he's got this defense at 20 or better, he's gone. He's getting a head coaching job.
Yeah, but we're only talking about this year. That's neither here nor there. If we're a top 15, 16 defense, like I think we're going to be,
he's as good as gone.
11-7. What I worry about is the run defense. If people wise up to just running the ball, I didn't like what I saw out of our run defense, but
and you know what? You've still got the Vikings are basically playing a 5-2. I watched them in that Arizona game and how they line up at the line of scrimmage pre-snap. It's a 5-2. So we'll see. But even with these first stringers, they didn't play at all. They haven't played together. They're going to play together for the first time Sunday.
Yeah. And again, I hit pretty good for right or wrong on things I see and what I think and feel. I see Luigi Villain on one play and go, that's my guy. I saw that over and under move for a sack. I went, that guy's a stud.
And they let him go.
Cut him and put him on the practice squad. It's like, okay, maybe you guys know something I don't know, but
here's the one
what did he play?
Villain's an outside linebacker.
Oh, a linebacker.
In a 3-4, yeah.
In a 3-4. Here's the one I didn't like. Marcus Davenport is not going to be a good player.
I don't think so neither. Like I ain't like that signing from the get-go.
And you got Marcus Davenport playing outside linebacker. The man is a friggin' 3-technique tackle. He's not a defensive end. He's not an outside linebacker.
So Tony, so Davenport gonna be he gonna be on the second level, not the first level.
He's on the first level. When they line up, you're gonna have Daniil on the left side, Davenport on the right side, and you're gonna have in the middle of the line Tonga, Phillips, and I believe Lowry.
So he playing DN then, right?
Technically, he's playing DN.
Okay.
Technically, but it looks like he's an outside linebacker. He's playing. It's a 5-2.
See, and I see it different, man. I would rather see Davenport on the line in a 3-4 defense, Hunter on the line in a 3-4 defense with the LSU rookie at nose tackle, and then you put Luigi Villain or Patrick Jones at that right outside linebacker, and the
Yeah.
left outside linebacker is your safety, Josh
You got
Metellus,
right
Lewis
now-
Cine, who can go in there
Yeah,
and
Captain.
hit the hell out of
Hey,
Jay
Josh a
Ward.
captain too, ain't he?
Huh?
Josh a captain too, ain't he?
Metellus?
Yeah,
Did he? Yeah, I guess he is a captain.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Man,
captain.
hey, that's
Yeah, he's
a
a
big
captain.
indictment, bro. Oh, Lewisine, man.
Well, and here's the thing, too. First of all, this is where Donatel came in, and this is where you coach to the personnel you have. You looked at this defense, and you knew it was a 4-3 defense, but you run a 3-4. You got guys playing out of position.
Yeah.
But
And
I
you-
still like the idea of being able to rush 4 guys without blitzing and having those 4 guys be Patrick Jones, Davenport, Daniil Hunter, and the LSU kid.
Then
And
put
then
them.
every
Then,
once in a while,
and here's
I
here's the
send
thing, though.
Metellus.
All of our outside linebackers are defensive ends.
So put them there.
So put them
there
in a 3-point
go.
stance.
Could be a long year, but you're both on 1 year.
Yeah, you put 'em in
I
a-
don't give a shit.
You put them in a 3-point stance and let them do their thing. Let them come out of their stance doing their thing. Or better yet, just play the goddamn 4-front line and go after the quarterback. It's that simple. Just
And-
don't
and again,
just don't make
you
your
know,
blitz so predictable.
I think Lewis Cine's best chance at this level is to play that joker position.
He's playing
as
that.
left outside linebacker.
Yep.
He is aggressive enough to go hit, and he hits high, he hits wrong, he breaks all the rules, gets knocked on his ass. But I think even if he does that against a quarterback, he's still going to win that battle.
If Scene was in college, he'd be what they call a rover. He
Yeah.
would be a rover.
I think that's what they used
and
him
that's-
in Georgia,
yeah.
honestly.
And but the other thing was he had such talent around him, he could kind of freelance. Now he didn't put his head in the books. That's from what I understood. He didn't know the playbooks. So now he's like a year behind, just caught up with the plays. And then he broke his leg. So we'll see what happens. But I got more questions than I do answers from this team. That's the whole thing.
Shit, I think
I just-
everybody do.
You know, it's just there's nothing they did in preseason. The only thing they did was make me ask more questions. Even if it was a second and third team, I'm just like, okay, you're not giving me any hope for this year.
And the draft, again, you're passing on guys that could help us, and you're drafting guys that can't, and it's going to come back to haunt us.
We haven't, and here's the thing: we haven't had a good scouting department probably since Scott Studwell retired.
Well,
And the last 2 years, and you know this, Dave, everybody we've drafted has been hurt. Every single one of them.
was there a left guard sitting at pick 23 that we're unaware of, and in 2 years' time we'll be like, God damn, that guy would have helped us this year?
Hell yeah, I bet
Yeah,
it
I
would.
think there was.
Addison looks good, I get it, but the guy's 150 pounds and the helmet looks 2 sizes too big, and he concussed himself falling 3 feet to the ground because he's 4'9". So I don't like the odds of him being able to last a year, regardless of how good he looks on his routes and catching a ball.
He
All
ain't
it
got
takes is one man to get their hand on him.
and he hasn't got a real hit yet. He hasn't got a real hit.
No, he hasn't.
You know, it's
Nah,
just.
he all right though, but
Yeah, no, I like him.
Well, put it this way: with the NFL as soft as it is and the way the rules are, he doesn't have to worry about getting clocked by the strong safety cutting across the middle. Those days are over.
And when you look at
So he can sit there and catch it.
On a microcosm, you look at something and just from year 1 to year 2. The
Mhm.
biggest growth I seen from one guy from year 1 to 2 on this team was Jalen Rager. And we freaking cut the guy. And that's fine. But you know what? If we didn't have Addison but had the left guard at pick 23 per se, Rager, based on his growth from 1 year to the next, I would have been totally comfortable putting him
And we
in the slot.
and we traded for Rager.
Yep. And we cut him, and now he's a Patriot.
And we cut him, and he's a
was rumored
Patriot.
to offer a pick to us for him, and we cut him and said, "Nah, just take him. We don't want your pick."
Well, we're still on the hook for him too. I think we're still on the hook for some of the money.
His footwork looked really good. He was getting open. He was looking like JJ. It looked like he was watching JJ run routes all year. And
So
trying
he'll
to figure
probably go to New England and be decent.
how y'all feel about the running backs?
I'm okay with the running backs. I mean, could we use another one? Sure, but
They got to run the
can't-
ball.
if you can't run block,
Yeah.
I think your best chance is putting Kirk under center. I don't like that shotgun run crap unless you have a mobile quarterback to keep a defense.
That doesn't, and I don't know why they did that last year, but
right.
you know,
And that's what got
and,
Cook. It wasn't Cook. It was the run bit.
It was, and that was the thing. It's like KOC came in here and he had an idea for what kind of an offense he wanted to run, but once again, you don't have the personnel to run that offense.
What's the deal?
You don't have it. So make an offense that works with Kirk. Make an offense that works with whoever you've got. Put together an offense that works with your personnel. And many coaches don't do that.
For out of KOC.
They signed
your offense to your
his name is.
You know, and when you don't go up and get AR-15, you're telling me that you're unwilling to tweak your offense for that talent. Now, maybe he's not very good. Maybe he's not an NFL.
But also, okay, guess what? What's his name put out a little thing and it may have been just him being a little pissy kid, but Slaughter put out that little thing on Twitter, whatever it was, about he got cut because he wasn't buddy and he was a threat to the starter. He's talking about Kirk. So the only reason
I believe him.
The only reason what's his name stuck around for as long as he did. What was his name? Mannion.
Yeah, but
Mannion.
you need depth, gaming.
Mannion wasn't a threat to Kirk. Mannion wasn't a threat. Now, this Hall kid could be a threat to Kirk.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, if Kirk has a bad game where he's terrible, I'm yanking his ass and I'm putting Hall in and I'm lighting a fire into that offense to see what can be done. I got to do something. I'm not going to sit with Kirk.
But my thing is, though,
the whole game. I'm going to put Hall in there.
See, my thing is, though, Tony, at the end of the day, Kirk not going to be here next year. Hall going to be here next year. So at some point of the season, you got to play Hall. Hall got to play.
Yep.
And here's another thing too. Now this is what everybody doesn't put it this way. Kirk can be a free agent, right? Kirk's not going to get the kind of money he got from the Vikings the last 6 years. He's
Where
not
would he go?
Get it. Nobody will pay him that much money.
I'm saying Kirk will be a backup. Who will want Kirk Cousins as a starting quarterback for probably for more than a year?
Well, if we're going to be honest, and it doesn't work out in 49er land, could be Shanahan.
Shanahan don't want no Kirk Cousins. And plus, we got to realize this. Kirk is getting older, though.
Yeah.
So he going to be like the Kirk he was at 34 and 33 years old or 29. He getting older.
He's getting much older. He's getting much older.
I keep presenting solutions to the problem with the quarterback. And not that we have anybody's ear, but I kind of hope Kwesi or KOC catches on to one of these ones.
Good luck with that one, Dave.
Right? Hey, look. Why you don't get Trey Lance in here for a 4th-round pick and just tuck him behind Hall, cut the number 2 quarterback, put Hall at number 2, and put Lance at number 3, because then next year Lance can start, which is exactly what Dallas is doing with him. They're going to sit him, and then they're going to
Lance.
gone.
Lance is a bust.
Dak is gone.
Hey,
yeah,
Dave,
but Lance would only be a 1-year deal.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
That's the whole thing.
It's fine. He'll extend for less.
Hey,
He'll
David,
say, I'll prove it for 3 years.
Hall probably a better quarterback than Trey Lance is in the NFL for real.
I'm not saying Lance is a bust or a good quarterback. What I'm saying is he's a talent that an offensive coordinator has to adjust their philosophy to. Like
he can't throw the ball, though.
Like Trey Lance. Trey Lance can throw the ball.
Trey can throw, what Trey does have, though, is mobility.
Yes. Yes,
and
the
behind
league is changing right in front of your eyes. Saying he's a franchise quarterback is gone by way of the dodo bird.
Or David, what game have y'all watched and Trey Lance was mobile at?
Oh, I've seen games where he's mobile.
I ain't seen no games.
I've seen games where he's very mobile.
I ain't seen no game in the NFL.
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't seen no game. Tell me what game.
Yeah, he was he was mobile against
a monsoon.
One was in a monsoon against the Bears.
In the second game,
he got hurt in the second game.
He probably
played horrible that game.
Tape on him.
Yeah, because of rain.
He's a
Because of the rain.
4th-round
Come
pick.
on, man.
Look,
People,
Quasey,
you've been playing in
stock
that. You've
guy.
been playing football in the rain since you was a
You got
kid,
a
bro.
number 3
Oh,
overall
yeah.
pick staring at you for a 4th round.
I'm just saying, I'm straight on Trey Lance. Trey Lance ain't shit to me. I'd rather run with Jared Hall before Trey Lance.
If anything, he's leverage against Kirko, who's going to want to get paid, and we have no answer to replace him with. That's just stupid business to me. Why not? Whether even if it's Hall,
You're gonna have to take a chance. That's all there is to it. You're gonna have to take a
and
chance with
if you're
somebody.
going to take a chance on Hall, why not have 2 quarterbacks you take a chance on and see, like, goddamn, Hall ain't working out, but Trey Lance is coming along pretty good. I want to put KOC to work. I want him to have 3 young, mobile, hostile quarterbacks who are a little bit maybe thin and upstairs, but you got JJ, right? When in doubt, when things black out on you, kid, just throw it to 18. All right, we'll
I don't
figure
think
it out from there.
Viking Gaming. I don't think the NFL will get rid of kickoffs. That's changing the game way too much. They say it would be for safety. That's BS. You're costing players jobs too.
This is why I'm telling you to watch Colt games, because in real time you are going to watch the evolution of football in this year's.
Oh, for God's sakes, Dave! I can't sit. I have a hard time sitting through some Viking games.
Throw accurately past 10 yards, but he can throw a 50-yard bomb.
Okay, look
very
though.
accurately.
Hey, David, let me ask y'all this though. Like Indy right now. Let's say Indy and AR-15 have a nice season.
Yep.
But they finished like at pick number 5 or 8. And the quarterback is right there for the Minnesota Vikings. You could trade with them.
Yeah, sure.
You could, if they're going to take it. If they're going to take it.
They will take you. You done drafted. First of all, you already drafted the quarterback, and you could.
But here's the thing: you're assuming that with that pick, the only thing that's going to say Indy needs an offensive lineman. If that offensive lineman they covet is at 9, they're not, and the Vikings are like at 23. They're not going to trade with the Vikings and lose their guy.
Shit, for 3 first-round picks, they would trade that pick.
For 3 first-round picks?
Yeah.
So you're basically giving up this year's pick, next year's pick, and the pick after to get up to that number 9 spot.
Yes.
Well, yeah, anybody would take that. To be a damn fool not to. But if you're just doing it straight up for 9 to 23, that ain't gonna happen. But if you're gonna mortgage your future,
they got to. The Vikings have to get the quarterback they want.
What future are we mortgaging if we can't draft anybody?
Yeah, like our first round draft picks don't be shit. Hey,
I would retroactively give you Scene and Addison and Hunter and next year's first for pick 3. How about we do that?
I'll for sure give you Scene and Booth.
Yeah, hey, we'll throw Booth in there too, just for the hell of it.
Ain't nobody gonna take him. Nobody's taking Booth. He's punch drunk.
Right? Well, but pick 32 and pick 42, you know?
Ain't nobody taking Booth. We don't have the collateral. Ain't nobody taking them dudes.
The picks don't look the same when you put a name attached to it. That's all I'm saying. And when Quasey throws the name out there, it really don't look right.
Well, also, Quasey don't really know what he's doing. Let's just put that out there. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm not ready to give up on him yet. I'm not. I'm not ready to give up on the regime. It's too early.
I don't know.
But I'm out because of what I know.
Could last year draft pick, David? Ain't none new draft pick panning out right now.
I can't argue with it. I can't. But, Asamoah, we're going to find out about him.
Yeah, but that's one draft pick. What about the rest?
Okay, Asamoah first. Until
us by telling us his name was Asamoah, like some French guy.
Here's the thing.
Play football.
Here's the thing with
might be nice.
Here's the thing with him. His name's gonna be Ass until he gets on the field and starts to play.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like
his name's Ass.
That's
fuck that. Fuck that Asmoah and Asamoah and all that other. Your ass right now until you get out there and play.
I can't argue the point. I agree. I do like him though. I do like him. I do think he's.
I like him too when he's on the field. He's never on the field.
Look, man. I just want a quarterback to try to cover up all this shit. That's all.
Me too.
I'm saying,
I want one bad.
I just want a Super Bowl before I die.
Well, we're a long ways away from that right now. Let's just focus on that quarterback. Give me a guy who can run and move and throw with anticipation, and see what JJ does with it. You know,
And I still they're going to sign JJ to a big contract, but who's to say he's not in love with the next guy that's quarterback?
well, if he can handle Kirk, I think he's going to handle just about anybody else, honestly. But yes, I would like to get someone who's a good fit with him. I just think if Shador is sitting there and he falls in the draft because the experts can't identify his talent,
If
just pick the guy.
if Shador is sitting there, I'm taking him.
Yeah, I've been said Travis Hunter.
If
Vikings
Shador is there,
game.
I'm taking him. But we need so much help on the line and on the defense. It's
Yep.
It ain't that though, Tony. What it is though, they not developing these fucking players on the offensive line.
and that's coaching and scouting.
Yeah, that's coaching. Like,
Yeah.
how do all your like on the back at the end of the day, we still live and surviving off of Rick Spielman draft picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Ain't nobody crazy drafted did good on the Minnesota Vikings team right now for real.
And right away, Jefferson and Darisaw are Spielman picks, right? Darisaw is a
absolutely
Spielman
they
pick.
are.
And
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson was.
And Justin
Kirk Cousins
Jefferson.
is a Spielman guy, really.
Yeah,
Just 'cause
so-
they didn't
Yes.
draft him.
So
So
what the fuck had Quasi them did in 2 drafts?
I agree.
You already cut your 7th-round draft pick in the running back, and the quarterback you drafted in the 5th or 6th round might not even make the team next year. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like Jordan Addison was, to me, that really was a no-brainer. It was the 1st round, and he was right there. But the 2nd-round draft pick was who?
what this year?
Yeah.
Was Jay
That's a
Ward
good
or
question.
Blackman?
Becton.
No?
Was it the Blackman?
We
I
didn't
think
have a
Blackman,
second, so it
but-
was a 3rd-round pick. It was that cornerback.
It was
Blackman.
Yep.
But look, then
Who
we
they
drafted
thought was a
motherfucking
5th-round pick in the NFL.
We drafted Addison, Blackman, Ward,
Ward's a
Roy.
good pick.
oh yeah,
I like
Roy.
Ward.
Like Roy not even
like
playing
Roy.
right now. I think he played 1 preseason game. That's the last preseason
He
game.
played. I was shocked when he was in the game against Arizona. I noticed him right away because he
Me
made
too.
a difference.
and he was okay.
Sarah, with GMs, it's always a hit and miss. But if your GM knows
We
football,
turned up for show, Dave.
if your GM knows personnel, if they can identify talent, if they're good at it,
it ain't about
they will
being perfect.
they will
Sarah.
be the
It's
they will
about-
be the they will have success.
Yeah,
they
it
will
ain't
have
about
success.
being perfect, but it's about at least hitting on your damn draft picks.
The
The
formula
whole last
is
man, listen here. The whole last year draft picks, I made a video about this. It's a fucking bust. Throw
Right
that
now,
whole dra-
At the
throw
right
that
now at
whole
the moment, it
draft
is.
pick- Huh?
It is at the moment. It is.
Last year draft pick, throw that whole draft pick away. It's a fucking bust.
yeah, I can't.
Like, bro, you done drafted 8 or 7 players, ain't none of these motherfuckers pan out.
You also, and here's another thing too. You also have done a damn thing in free agency.
Nothing.
You haven't
Like,
done anything in free agency.
You brought in Davenport, where you should have brought in a fucking offensive guard.
Yep.
Like, if Kirk ain't got no time, the offense not going to go. If the offense ain't going to go, that leaky ass defense ain't going to perform because the offense put
But-
them on the field more.
But this
So-
is a thinking with Viking management. It's always the fault of who had it before them than to what's going on now. Just like it was Zimmer's fault with the team, now it was Donatel's fault with the defense. So you got Brian Flores in here to upgrade the defense. So that's automatically an upgrade. But like I said, you gave Brian Flores basically, okay, Brian Flores is a chef. You want him to put together a 5-course meal, but you're only giving him a budget, and the only thing he can get is food at Dollar Tree. How good is that going to be?
Hey man, we signed Daniil, so I mean he has Daniil,
I
and
would have
he's got
traded
some
his
kids
ass.
who's got to work with.
And here's the thing with Daniil now. You can't get anything for Daniil. Daniil's going to probably leave here on his own.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
like
heard that we would get a compensatory pick for him, which would be a third round pick, maybe fourth, when he signs elsewhere next year. So I thought good on Kwesi for that, honestly.
We're still and we're still on the hook for some of his money too.
Yeah, well, but we're still going to have a bunch of money regardless of the weird numbers games we're playing with Kirk and Daniil and all that stuff next year. We're the money thing is coming around. We have to draft better,
he
and we
was a
have to
second
have a
round
vision.
draft pick, sir.
You
Yeah,
know,
and Keel Harry was second round.
He was second round for New England.
They-
Who I think should have made the team, and Andrew Booth ass should have got cut or on the practice squad. Cause like another thing, our cornerback room is thin as fuck. Like y'all got
Your veteran cornerback is now Byron Murphy
Brian
Jr.
Murphy.
It's Murphy.
So y'all got faith in Andrew Booth and Cleve Evans. That's his name, ain't it?
Oh, Khalib Evans, yeah.
I'm saying
But here's another thing too. This year, we're facing a much better breed of quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gotta bring some people in on the corner side. Like, come on, man. Andrew Booth can't cover nobody, man.
What they're hoping is you get enough of a pass rush up front that it helps out, because a good pass rush always helps out the secondary. Yeah. But you have to get a consistent pass rush. We don't have that. And if these teams start watching film on us, they're going to know how to pick up those blitzes. So it's up to Brian Flores to put together a different game plan every week. He's going to have to keep them guessing. But with that being said, you're also going to need KOC to step up his offensive play calling, pound the damn rock, and keep that defense off the field, take time off the clock, like you mentioned, Dave, time possession. Yep. He's going to have to do that. He can't have these jump out to a quick lead and then all of a sudden you're lax for the next 2 quarters. He's got to keep his foot on the pedal. So he's got to do some stuff himself.
Ooh, she acting bad. She said, "No, you guys keep bitching when it's been 1 year." Ooh.
1 year for what? 1 year for what?
I guess for Kwesi draft,
for the coaching and the GM, but technically, I say the GM has 2 years because he's drafted twice.
Yeah, he's had 2 drafts, and all his guys have been hurt.
Yes, if Kwesi don't pan out, if Kwesi draft don't do shit this year, his ass got to go.
Well, and also Kwesi's not a football guy.
But they better get one shit. It's over.
He is not a football guy,
draft, bro. I could draft better than Kwesi.
This is a whole thing. They didn't get Ryan Pace, which is he wanted to blow up the team. So he goes to Chicago and does it, and they're probably going to have success. So you take Kwesi. Kwesi checks off a box, minority hire. But he's not a football guy. He's an analytics guy. He's a Wall Street guy. He's a money guy. So
but then why wouldn't you take a number 3 overall pick and get him on this team for a 4th rounder?
Because
you can't have it both ways. Where's the stock guy? He ain't making no stock fucking moves, man. He trades pick 12 for a 4th round pick and then trades that.
And that was not him. That was Wilf and
we've been down this road, man. I just look.
That was and like I said, he's
given up on Kwesi, but damn it, start acting like a stock guy then.
Kwesi does not have the power, and this is what I keep telling people. Kwesi does not have any of the power, near all the power that Zimmer had. Zimmer had 100% control. Kwesi is lucky if he's got 60.
And that's fine. If that's the way it is, that's fine. But then really what we're saying is KOC don't know how to identify talent.
KOC is, he barely knows how to run.
Someone's making the pick.
He barely
Kwesi, it's someone.
He barely realizes. I mean, he never called plays until last year.
But I do like KOC. I'm okay with Kwesi. Look, I just want to see a vision, and I want to see someone show some balls. Okay, I'm a simple man.
So you are happy with him being soft then?
I don't like him being soft. That's my problem with him, man. Go up and get AR. At least it's a bold move. Identify Shedeur as the best quarterback and take him at pick 25. Or, God forbid, if he's a second-round talent, take him there. See what you want and get it and make it happen.
Honestly, I don't think they know.
No,
that's
because
the sad
when
part.
you have
they
an
don't know.
Quarterback, you don't fix the guard problem That's telling you they don't know.
Oh God, no! We should not bring Zimmer back as GM. Too evil. Don't even say that.
Yeah.
Besides, he got his really hot Russian girlfriend that he's with now, so he doesn't want to come back.
You're talking Spielman?
Zimmer.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
not
no,
bring Zimmer
he
back.
can't identify cornerback talent. Any miss Spielman had as a GM, who I thought was a good GM, just for the record, every miss he had was a cornerback, and those were Zimmer picks.
Well, Spielman did trade for Bradford.
Yeah, who looked great till he got hurt. He did.
Yeah, but he had bad knees in the first place, and everybody knew it.
Yeah, that's fine. We drafted Darrisaw. We've got Daniil Hunter. We've got JJ. The list. What are we talking about? He drafts. All you need is 1.5 guys a year to be a good drafter.
Yeah, and what's his name was
three
ain't lying.
guys.
Clayson
You
can't
should have
do
three
that.
guys right now.
well,
You
and
ain't
right
lying.
now, and we're trying to give Ed Ingram some slack, but
Okay, so
Unless
we can
he-
assume Addison is one of the three.
okay. So who do we have technically as
Asamoah, maybe. He's your
No.
next best chance.
no?
Yeah,
Undrafted
Probably
Pace.
it could be Blackman, the corner.
Okay,
He's from USC. He could
that's
be
a
Blackman.
far cry from Hunter, Darrisaw, and JJ. Just for the record, too.
Well, and we're very light on the
We're
offensive
talking
and
about
defensive
borderline
lines.
Hall of Fame guys.
Yeah, but they've also been in the league. How long? And we don't know what Darrisaw is going to do unless if Darrisaw gets hurt again. I mean, he's concussion prone. If the injuries start getting to him, his career could be over.
But you say concussion prone, and you don't bring up a Caleb Talib or whatever that cornerback is. It has
I don't-
It doesn't.
I don't bring up Evans at all because I want him gone. Andrew Booth also.
Well,
I want Blackman. I'll give We drafted Blackman this year, but I liked what I saw out of him in USC. And Jay Ward is another one too. But those guys got to stay healthy. We've already seen if he stays healthy this year, maybe I'll change my story. Maybe, but he's also got to prove he can play. But with Booth Booth got burned all the time in preseason. Come on, he was getting burned. I mean, the guy that burned him in Seattle earned a roster spot because of it.
well, now in Zimmer's defense, I suppose, in terms of not being able to draft cornerbacks, I don't think this league is designed for you to improve your team by drafting cornerbacks because the rules don't support a corner actually being able to do their job. So
that's another thing too. If that's the case,
draft
don't-
pass rushers.
if that's the case, don't play defense because guess what? You get a pass rusher and you make a ticky-tack sack, they're going to call him for roughing the passer. We saw it happen.
I'd rather hit the quarterback with or without the ball. And
The
see
one
what
they're
chips fall in.
one they're going to protect more and take it from me as a D lineman. The one they're going to protect more is a quarterback.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of what I believe is Super Bowl dynasty type building of a team. I've got it all right up here, man. When you run RPO, the quarterback isn't protected anymore. He's just another runner. So you can hit those guys all day long, even when they fake it and don't have the ball.
Yeah, they're fine as runner. Then you get what's his name was a runner for years, Michael Vick. Look what happened.
Yeah,
He got
didn't
hurt.
run out of RPO, but
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
But I mean, you could as a quarterback, you're gonna have your arm is gonna have to come through one of these times.
But that comes down to coaching. KOC, do your job. Look, if you know AR can throw 40, 50 yards downfield on the button, call those plays. If he has trouble throwing intermittent passes, which you need to win, I agree. Let's run some routes and run some plays where he's rolling out and the tight end is running with him 8 yards down the field and see if he can make that throw. Find the throws intermittently that he can make and coach him up. Work for a living. But damn it, use that guy and put guys behind him with a similar skill set like Trey Lance, like Jaron Hall, and draft another one like Shadur Sanders and fucking play Moneyball where you don't pay a quarterback.
Dylan, I brought up the concussion because he does have the issue.
Hey,
And
man,
it does come into play. That's why I brought it up. But he's one of the best LTs in the league, but concussions do come into it.
Yeah, we got 8 more minutes, fellas. We got 8 more minutes on here tonight.
It's cool. Look,
Okay.
you can't. Concussions can't be predicted to some extent. I mean, but Darrisaw is a top 2 tackle. I want to see this this front office have a vision, and I want to see KOC willing to adjust a concept to his talent.
Me too, Bob.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's gonna take your. It's unfortunately, I don't know if this administration will do it. I don't think this administration I don't see them. Well, one, I don't know what vision they have, if they have any at all.
Exactly, I don't know it either.
Yeah, it's just everything is just so, like I say right now, a lot of their signings are like fantasy football signings. I'm like, where's the O lineman? Where's the D lineman? You're getting your ass kicked on the offense on the line of scrimmage every play, and you're not doing nothing to boost that.
And that's one thing that'll never change. You win this game at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that
will never change.
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's where it starts. It's where it starts and ends.
Yeah.
And we're not. I mean, this right now, just going into week 1, I'm not confident in either side of the Viking lines, offensive or defensive.
No,
I'm just not.
No,
I don't think nobody is for real.
It's scary. I mean, I want to see a team that wants to run 40 times. I don't want to see it, but I do because, I mean, God, we're giving up like 8 yards a carry.
Actually, you know what? If you're running 40 times and you're winning, do it. I don't care. If it wins you the game, do it. I'm sick of this. If you're having success running the ball and you're winning the game and you're taking time off the clock,
I said that same shit.
Do it.
And back to the Colts. It was rumored that Taylor was going to get traded to the Packers before they put him on 4-week IR or 4-week whatever.
Yeah.
They should have absolutely made that trade and gotten A.J. Dillon. Put A.J. Dillon next to AR-15, and you tell me how many defenses in the league are going to want to tackle either of those guys. And you're talking about passing the ball? Man,
that's another thing, too. These offenses, they don't – it's always a single back offense, and then you get a fullback in there and you don't even give him the ball. He's just there. It's like, you know what? If you've got 2 good running backs, put them in the field at the same time. Make your defense pick and choose. It's not rocket science. It really isn't.
And to me, that's that Moneyball stuff again. You know, I want my running backs as running backs. I want my throwing running backs as quarterbacks. And I want my receiving running backs as slot receivers. So there's a world where you could have Cordero Patterson in the slot. You can have a Deebo Samuel type in the slot, or the injured Iowa State kid we have. Put him in the slot. Coach him up. That's where he needs to be, as a slot running back. You know? And don't pay any of them, and get yourself a rock star offensive and defensive line. And that's when you start hoisting multiple trophies. Yeah. But nobody's doing it. Why isn't anybody doing this?
Because you've got people, and this is all through the league, you've got people now that are, I'm sorry, there's so much on the entertainment thing of football that they forgot what real football is. And that's problem number 1 through 10. And that's with the whole league. That's with the whole league.
AR is going to show them what football is. I saw that cat throw it.
I refuse to play. I am not going to watch the Colts, dude.
You should. That's too bad.
I'll just, you know what? I'll put on the red zone, and whatever I see, I see.
He threw that cornerback. That cornerback saw his life flash before his eyes.
This was in preseason, right?
Hey, I don't care what season it is.
This was in preseason, right?
Not tackling AR-15.
I'll look at him if he comes up on the red zone. I ain't watching a whole damn Colts game.
Well, you're going to see plenty of red zone. Plenty of red zone.
I'm not watching a whole damn Colts game.
He might mess around and get 15 rushing touchdowns this year.
It won't be hard.
No.
That won't be hard.
No,
that won't be hard at all. So, all right, you guys.
All right, so yeah, we about to get out of here, y'all. RTB and David. Man, we appreciate everybody tapping in with us, man. Subscribe to everybody's channel, and we will be back next Saturday night.
Later, everyone.
Shedeur Sanders next year.
Sanders all day. Sanders all day. All right, y'all have a nice night, y'all.
Later.
All right.